I don't care if you've been on Team Desmond Miller. Oh, man, I'm like that. Welcome to Black and Black Time Infinity. I'm your host. The two news parties coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fan with all the dankest of dank shit on my left. Or you can in the road over
I might have left my wallet in El Segundo, but
all right.
We'll find out. I'm gonna ask Benita Applebum to bring it to me.
Damn. All right. Engineer on the ones and twos, Choke will be out on threes and fours chronos.
Hey, sometimes you got a dabba cadaver. Ah, shit, I messed up the word.
Oh, you forgot the A.
It's hard to say. Avada Kedavra.
There it is.
I'm just saying. Our Crucio, you know, let him suffer.
Damn.
Last but not least, you got your boy Blue.
We got three little words for you guys. I am Batman.
No.
I whisper right in her ear. I'm Batman.
Oh, damn.
Treat it like Yin Yang twins to start whispering. All right. Kronos, what kind of statistical analysis you got for us?
Stats we have is our boy Steve, XOR, once again, is listener of the week. And first in the chat would be, I don't know yet, because I didn't have that up, because I had to wait for it to go live for me to actually look at who's in the live chat, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they do that. But it's all right. I can talk and work at the same time. And first in the chat would be my daughter. Hello.
All right. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. What's up? What's up?
Oh, shit. Papa Bear is down in ST. I'm going to have to see him. But I don't know how I'm going to do that tomorrow or Friday. Well, I'll talk to him on the side. I need to talk to him anyway. So, okay. Yeah. Hey, Papa
Bear. What up? What up? Old Mansion? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I can't see Kronos. Like I'm not getting his video feed. I can see him on the live stream.
I can see him on live.
Can't see him in real life.
Oh well, that's because I'm not there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not. Oh shit.
We're not. We're right.
A place in the ether.
I'm through the internet.
We're in the metaverse, so we're in not a real place. What is brackish?
Metaverse.
Brackish.
What is that? Is that wine?
Quite large.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was wine.
It is I'm trying to figure out the goddamn what kind of beer this is. I don't know, but it's 9.5% alcohol. And it's I'm pretty sure this is a stout.
Seems stouty.
Yeah, pretty sure. It's by Burley Oak Brewing Company. So we'll see.
You gonna drink it and find out?
Yeah.
So if I get shut down all of a sudden, it's probably because of what I'm about to say next. But I was just checking like my Wi-Fi signal, and I see there's a Wi-Fi called FBI surveillance van. So you see someone breaking into the door, that could be why. And the next one is called Revolution. Wow. So I need to watch my back.
All right.
Hopefully they're going to Revolution.
Probably not Prince.
Goddamn. Old Ninja.
It's a good smell of fucking beer.
I know that you are pouring out something frothy, malty, urbany. What you pouring it out for Homestead this week?
Pouring out something malty but never frothy. Pouring out some of this. We're gonna pour out some Guinness this week. We're not gonna do. Yeah, we're not gonna. I mean, Guinness will fuck you up, but it ain't like that urbany kind of 40 dog type shit. We pour out a little Guinness this week. A little something different for we're gonna start with Raquel Welch. Raquel Welch, who died early today. She was an actress who starred in the original Fantastic Voyage film in 1966. That role, which gave her the contract with the 20th Century Fox, for which she immediately starred in the movie 1 Million Years BC, which had a poster of her in a fur-skin bikini, which made her an international sex symbol. Her poster sold at the time record numbers and launched her career into more films and TV spots. She went on to star in the original 1960s Bedazzled. She starred in other films like Bandolero in 1968. She would continue to go on. I guess her last film was 2016, if I'm correct here, really quick. 2017. Mm-hmm. But she continued to star in TVs and movies up until 2017. Apparently, she may have had a singing career, which is unconfirmed so far, but apparently she sang in Vegas from time to time. She's showed up in CSI Miami, even Sabrina's Teenage Witch, and what's this one? CSI Miami. She died this morning due to a brief illness that hasn't been fully disclosed because her death is still very, very recent. So we might be able to find out exactly her cause of death by next week. So, incidentally, she's been nominated for a Golden Globe, even though people thought she was just like a sex symbol kind of model. She's been nominated for acting, acting accolades for her miniseries, Right to Die, 1987. So she can. I mean, she had chops. She's also been nominated in the 1973 Three Musketeers for a Golden Globe for Best Picture as well. So she was nominated for her role, not just the film. But R.I.P. to her. And then next up we have, I got to do this right. True Joy, the Dove, born David Jude. I can't pronounce his last name because I believe this is French. It's spelled Joliceur. One of the founding members.
Right. Just you gotta embrace your inner Pepe Le Pew.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You need to have a baguette in your mouth.
I can't. I can't. One of the founding members of the trio De La Soul, the influential rap group. The group was formed in '89. They released the album 3 Feet High and Rising right out of high school. In that same year, in 1989, they released the hit Me, Myself, and I, which spent 17 weeks on Billboard Top 100,
Great
including
song.
there was a number one spot. I didn't get the data on how long it was number one, but it hit the number one spot. The Magic Number, another song after the same album. Also another. I'm sorry. The Magic Number was off the album 3 Feet High and Rising. That song is an end credit song to the movie Spider-Man: No Way Home. They had a collaboration with the Gorillaz on the song "Feel Good Inc." which them and the Gorillaz both won a Grammy for. They've been nominated for a total of 6 Grammys. True Joy had I guess he disclosed that he had a congestive heart failure and he had to wear a life vest defibrillator machine. He died at the age of 54. Details of his passing has not been fully disclosed. I know a lot of people are probably assuming that he died due to a cardiac arrest, but until it's been official, it is undocumented, I guess. There we go.
De La Soul was fucking awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, because they're a trio and you lose part of your trio, everyone assumes that they're probably done, as what happened to TLC, even though TLC had a show to find them a new chili, or not a chili, a new left eye. And I guess they recorded a song, or they recorded an album. Didn't do that great. So.
Yeah.
Well, they also had that TV series that dropped that I think was pretty successful.
Well, the TV series is recruiting a new left eye, like a new.
No, it was a documentary about
I know
TLC altogether.
Yeah,
they had a bunch of like girls that looked like them. I was like, holy shit.
They had 2 of them. They had 2 movies. One was BET, and I think one was on Lifetime. I think. But yeah.
Yeah, very, very sad. I think last year we lost Migos. We lost Takeoff.
I don't think that was last year. I think
or no, was it
a month ago?
Was that 2023?
No, it
so
wasn't 2023. I know that.
No, it was not 2023, but it wasn't. It was like a couple less than 12 months ago.
That would be 2022.
Last year is what I said. All right.
It wasn't. It's not been a full calendar year.
Hey, if y'all, well, that'll be 2022. Anyway, if y'all heard that sound, it's Mile High Blurred. Thank you very much for donating to us again via Super Chat. If y'all like what you're hearing, feel free to Super Chat. Feel free to Super Chat. Any amount is great. So, $1 is great.
Takeoff died November 1st of last year.
Okay.
He took off.
Yeah, you go.
I'm sorry.
And also, there's one last group of actually RPs. I don't have all the details handy. My daughter just brought it up, and it's something that I knew about. It's the people that died in the Michigan State University shooting.
Wait, there was when was this?
like a day or two ago. It was pretty recent.
Yeah.
So
I didn't hear shit
yeah,
about this.
I mean, but it's also it's America, so there's a shooting all the time, basically every fucking day.
Yep.
Just
Was
some
there
sort
thoughts
of-
and prayers sent?
Of course, thoughts and prayers and no legislation.
Really sad. One last one, just to make sure we're all on the same page. Especially since we have some really good friends of ours in Ohio. That stuff in Palestine, Ohio, with a train derailment and a whole bunch of really toxic ass chemicals being dumped into the air, water, and everything fucking else. That it's a small town. That does not mean it's not important. It's really fucking sad, and we don't know where those chemicals are going to end up. But there could be some toxic stuff going on for years in maybe 100 or maybe more mile radius around that.
Where it's going to end up, it depends on the demographics of the town.
There you go.
To be honest with you, I had to look it up. Like where, like I think it's called East Palestine, or is it East Palestine or just Palestine? I'm pretty sure it's East Palestine.
I think East,
Yeah, East Palestine, Ohio. How far away that was from, Matt and Becky and Joe from Pre-Recorded Live, and it looks like it's pretty far away. So, because that whole area is fucking. It's like the story is complicated because it's basically, I don't know if you pay attention to the news at all. It's basically they were going to go. The railroad companies were going to go, or railroad unions were going to go on strike. And it basically got shot down by Congress, which is fucking crazy because I'm just like, you can't quit your job because of Congress? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just like, no, I'm pretty sure I could just still quit. So, but basically, what I understand so far is that there was a whole lot of mismanagement with these railroad corporations, and they were cutting a lot of corners and not having enough staff on board and making people work like super long hours and not having the proper inspections and not keeping up with their lines, like the actual like rails. And that seems to be, at this point in time, one of the reasons why. Thank you, Papa Bear. Sorry, that was he super chatted us, so thank you. That was one of the reasons why this derailment happened, and the fact that it was just totally mismanaged by a company that is pulling down massive profits because of the amount of cutbacks that they did. I can guarantee you that if they get fined at all, it would not be to the amount of how much profits they pulled down. Over all those cutbacks. But honestly, when something like this happens, and it's basically, it's not even a natural disaster. It's, I don't know how to put it.
Error.
Yeah, it's a man-made, but it's huge. Like the scale of it is gigantic. Yeah. And they need to either go out of business or be like every single person it's upper management. They need to first of all take a huge pay cut. They need to have no bonuses. And they need to like figure out exactly how much money they made because of the cutbacks, and then deduct that from the company and use that directly for the recovery efforts in that city. I think that's for me, it's the bare minimum, because too many times we've seen these corporations that have this ridiculous mismanagement for profit reasons, and then some disaster happens, and they pay like a couple of $1 million, which
pennies on the dollar.
Yeah, which is like barely like a percentage of the profits that they pull down because of the cutbacks and all these risks that they took. It needs to be an actual significant dollar amount to these corporations, or it's never going to change. And we've seen that time to time, it doesn't change because of this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, I would like to literally see, it's not going to happen, but I'd love to see people actually get prosecuted and go to actual jail for it, because everybody and I'm not in this industry, but everybody who seems to be a railroad expert, transportation expert, seems to state very clearly that this was preventable. And that, all those cutbacks that Kronos was alluding to, they just got cheap and wanted to focus on the profits. And now you have a huge man-made disaster, not so much a natural disaster, that could be avoided. And the drinking water and air that they breathe around that rural part of Ohio is going to be fucked for a long time.
Whoa.
There's two blues.
What happened? Yeah, we divided and conquered.
There's blue and there's azul. There can only be azul.
There you go. Oh,
no, I was gonna say, like, with the whole situation that happened, like weren't there like what they call, like, there was employees talking about how, like, this shit isn't
Yeah,
safe,
like
and they
weeks
kind of
before.
like threw that shit. Yeah, they threw that shit under the rug, and like also this fucking huge disaster happened. I even companies do that. Like when somebody under, like an employee or something, brings something to their attention that this issue is gonna have like a catastrophic like failure or some shit. Like the corporations don't listen to them, and then bam, it fucking ends up happening. Like companies are always like cutting corners, trying to find the cheaper way to get things done, and it just ends up biting them in the foot later on. But it seems like they always for some reason they get bailed out. Like that.
Yeah, I was just going to say safety in people's lives and the actual public health should be fucking valuable. I know you don't get fucking profit from that. You get profit from transporting dangerous chemicals really, really high speeds, crisscrossing all over places, and not giving a fuck. But
are you talking about porn or what's happening right now? What was that? Talking about spraying and hosing down and shit everywhere, crisscrossing. What was that?
God damn it! Anyway, it is what it is. We getting into it. Where y'all want to start first, man? This is a busy ass fucking week.
I mean, I know where I want to start, but I know that's not where Old Ninja wants to start. He wants to start somewhere else.
So let's start with what everybody's been talking about. Happened big event an American big event, the Super Bowl.
That's right, that happened.
Yeah, that happened on Sunday. I watched it because I kind of had to, but I mean, I didn't have it. My team wasn't playing, so I didn't care that much. I mean, it was a social and political talking point, I guess, kind of sort of, because there were two African American quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl vying for championship, even though one of them has already won that bowl.
I didn't watch this. I didn't watch Super Bowl. I just know there was something that happened while I was trying to watch the Rihana concert. There's some kind of sporting event going on.
Yeah. So then, Rihanna shows up.
Foosball.
Foosball. The foosball. So Rihanna was performing the halftime show in her red kind of the cell. I don't know if y'all seen the cell with Jennifer Lopez kind of deal, and I guess she had baby bump kind of.
Oh, so later on it came out that she was pregnant, so that was an actual baby. But
people were saying that she kind of displayed the belly. It didn't look like she was, but she was not dancing hardcore like she normally would. She was kind of like in the middle, kind of like.
Well, Rihanna really doesn't dance.
She does.
Yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't. If you ever watch her live in concert, she doesn't really dance.
I mean, a little bit.
She does a little bit, but she's not like your Beyonce or your Shakira, like out there fucking like your Janet Jacksons. Like she ain't out there entertaining you that way, but she's definitely entertaining you with her fucking vocals.
I'm just saying, she's we're sort of family. We have the same genetic traits. She's Barbadian, just like me. So one day I'll go back.
I mean, if you've seen that, I mean, it's a very visually stunning movie, but it's a terrible movie.
Movie?
Yeah, she's in the film where she's an alien.
Oh, this is a very odd segue. Okay, we're talking about a movie now.
Yeah, but Rihanna's in the movie.
What
she's in a dumbass movie. That it's the one where it's like in space and like Earth meets like these aliens. They slowly start building a planet.
Battleship?
No, not that one.
Oh, she's in that too.
She's in that.
Yeah, she's in that one too. But no, she plays a shapeshifter.
Yeah, she's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, no,
not
it's
the Navy one, huh?
Valerian.
Yeah, Valerian.
Yeah.
I think it was called. Yeah, it was Valerian.
So she dances in that, but the movie's terrible. But it looks pretty. It looks very nice.
I just want to give you my take on the halftime show. Rihanna descended from the fucking heavens like she was Sephiroth and she was looking for Aerith to stab through the fucking chest. I'm just saying. I thought it was pretty fucking amazing, like the way they like had the things like way up in the air. I'm like,
forms.
She's obviously pregnant and she's up there flying through the fucking sky like she don't give a fuck. I mean, I know she was like attached to things, but I was just like, damn.
Like, when I was watching, I was like, Project must be having anxiety because she's on platforms. We know this guy can't platform for nothing.
Oh, man.
How you gonna jump? How you gonna jump?
Yeah.
How you gonna get down?
Did she double jump with it?
No, because I guess you have to. So she was on her Smash Brothers stage. In order to get to her, you got to jump to the middle.
She was a new challenger.
Yeah, she was off stage. So I mean, she was suspended, heavy up, being pregnant, and taking on Bowser and Falco and everybody in the middle. So, I
Kirby.
mean, yeah. Oh, I'm fucking my Kirby. Kirby wasn't in this match. She probably would have smoked with Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby's
Well,
my dude.
Yeah,
it
Kirby
was
would've
interesting.
smoked her.
Like I felt like her performance was a little symbolic because so she like kind of came out and she was pregnant and stuff like that, right? But like the main stage, I mean, there was a floating stage, but there was like the main stage, and that whole stage was red, but then like everybody else was dressed in white. So I kind of got the impression that the stage was maybe like an ovary, and then like the little white guys were little sperms, and it kept kind of like running up around the stage to her, and like I was like, this whole thing is about sex, or I guess impregnating. I guess
You might have just been horny at the time.
Yeah, I'm
it
about
could be
to
a
say.
two. It could be a two. I mean,
That sounds like some rabbit hole shit.
I've seen a whole lot of like videos and performances with red and white. Like, what?
I don't know.
All right.
go back, like watch it again, and like look at it at that mindset of like, okay, is this like fallopian tubes and stuff like that, and like these little sperms running around? You'd be like, Danny might be on something.
Danny, blues. Wow. All right, let's go.
Well, that just happened.
All right, that happened.
I've been
So,
drinking
yeah.
now.
I mean, I don't think did all of you even watch this Super Bowl?
Nah, man, I ain't
Nope,
I
I
don't
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there were some commercials I guess that were kind of cool. I didn't watch all of them. The only ones that kind of caught my eye were like the movie ones, like the Indiana Jones like full on trailer. That was kind of cool. There's a Guardians
S5.
trailer
Hold on,
which
the
I
guy-
missed.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said I missed. Oh, I was just saying I missed the Guardians trailer. But go ahead.
I was gonna say the goddamn Flash movie.
Oh, I was about to get to that.
God
but
damn
okay.
it! It fucking looks good. I gotta be real.
Yeah.
Fuck Ezra Miller for real. But the trailer was cut very well. It had people in it that I want to see in it. Just like except for Ezra Miller. It has been compelled to not watch the movie because I'm not gonna watch it. God damn it! But it looks
There you
good.
go.
The
There you
trailer
go.
looks good. I can't watch it out of just basic human decency. I can't have some dude going out to fucking Hawaii, beating up people, getting into fucking trouble, kidnapping fucking children and shit, getting high with them, and then making a fucking. You can't support that. I mean, come on.
Well, that one was really hard because Michael Keaton came out and was like, I am Batman. I was
Batman.
like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So it's
But, go ahead.
But hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Back the fuck up. I mean, and I saw this trailer. For me, this ain't a fucking Flash movie. This seems like some seriously shoehorned. Let's throw Zod in here. Let's throw Supergirl. Let's throw 18 different Batman.
It's Flashpoint Paradox. It seems like, man. I mean, we all know the deal.
But here's my thing though. Flash to me has the definitely top 5, maybe even 3rd best rogues gallery of any comic book character. I would challenge him right behind Batman and Spider-Man. And there's no evidence of any Reverse Flash. There's no evidence of any.
Yeah, you would need
Captain
that for Flashpoint
Cole.
Paradox.
Yeah, there's no evidence of any Captain Cole. There's no evidence of Gorilla Grodd. There's no evidence of anybody except for Batman and Superman characters in this, and that seems offensive to me as someone who loves the Flash. Period. Even putting apart Ezra Miller, this seems like some weird shoehorn. This is his origin, or not origin. This is his first solo movie. Give me more Flash Rogues Gallery to begin with before you start multiversing it up with Superman and Batman characters.
Yeah, give him Pied Piper and Captain Boomerang and like, dude, we have seen Captain Boomerang. He's literally in 2 movies before the Flash. Yeah. And I mean, he's okay. I wouldn't mind King Shark because King Shark's actually pretty cool.
He's in a movie as well. I mean, he's in the last movie.
He's in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but no, for the whole Flash thing, I mean, we got like images that got dropped for like the toy line, and we do see that there's like an evil Flash. But I mean, they didn't show any of the villains for this. I mean, there's got to be Reverse Flash have to be there because Reverse Flash is the one that kills his mom, which caused him to become fucking the Flash like later on in life. But like, I mean, at first I thought that one of the berries or the berry of this earth might become Reverse Flash, which would be kind of interesting for them to go that take because we see the Flash and like the Flash of this world kind of coming together and kind of like bouncing off of each other because God, this is tricky.
You say
So
Earth One Flash.
Flash, his
Earth
Flash lightning is like a yellowish gold, but this Earth version of Flash is like a bluish color, which is kind of more like the speedster of death. So it's like it'll be interesting to see what they do here. So I mean, I'm still up in the air about what's really going on with the series, but I'm still gonna give it a chance.
I don't know, man. This is pretty iffy because like Ezra did some fucked up shit, and like you can't be supporting some fool that's I mean, granted, I mean he was in a holding cell. I mean, he didn't really do any real time, but still, that's not an excuse. He did some fucked up shit. I will give him credit though. He did seek help. He did go to rehab. He did get, I mean, he at least made an effort. Unlike some of these other celebrities.
Yeah, man, come on now.
Hey, your boy R. Kelly didn't do that, so he didn't do any of that.
Oh, no, I mean, fuck R. Kelly, but I'm just saying, like, you know that, like, the studio and a whole bunch of pressure and his handlers and everybody else who makes money off of him are going to put the squeeze on him to, quote unquote, seek help. But it wasn't like it was one fucking time.
No, it was not one time. So, I mean, if you. For me, I see this as a Michael Keaton movie. So I want to support his 71-year-old fucking Batman because Michael Keaton's 71.
This is what I'm going to do when I watch the movie. Every time Ezra's on, I'm going to close my eyes.
Yeah, man.
There.
Every time I look at his fucking stupid ass face. And then the other thing I want to mention, though, in terms of you being Barry Allen and the fastest man alive, we always get into this when it comes to comic book characters. The Flash should be hitting the gym and look like a fucking Jamaican sprinter. Like, I need you looking the part a little bit more, too. He just looks like, someone who's not necessarily training and looking all fast or super athletic either. I don't like Ezra Miller as a crew, record label, or a human being. This person is a piece of shit.
Fuck your set, bro.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You're going to take your young children, parents, to support a superhero movie with basically a real-life supervillain? Come on now. Fuck that.
That's facts.
Man, the DC's got some fucking fucked up people. I mean, we got Will Smith slapping people. We got Ezra Miller fucking kidnapping people. We got Amber Rose or Amber whatever fucking shitting on stuff and like blaming on Johnny Depp. Like, DC's got some fucked up people.
Amber Heard.
Yeah,
Amber Heard, that's what it was.
Yeah, man. But the one thing I will say, at least, even though it's still fuck Amber Heard, it's not her movie as the lead. This is most definitely.
That's true, yeah.
Movie.
Honestly, I don't feel uncomfortable saying this. I would 100% be more willing to watch the Batwoman movie than I would be willing to watch The Flash, even though the Flash trailer was dope. But I can't support it. Can't support it.
I mean,
sends a terrible fucking message. It really fucking does. But I mean, I don't believe in people. I think that a whole bunch of folks, unfortunately, are just gonna, pay their money and it'll probably do well. But it sends a message to Warner Brothers. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, most people, they don't know, and we'll get into this a little bit later. But there's some of this similar-ish controversy with Hogwarts Legacy. And I understand the controversy, and I'll talk about it. But it gets to a point to where you have to pick a side. You know what I mean? So whether it's through ignorance or through knowledge, and you just there's times where I can't fault somebody for doing something, consuming a product that they're not directly hurting people, you know what I mean, but you're supporting somebody that did. So
I'll say this: I feel like Ezra has, and I'm not belittling anything on the Potter fan base, but Ezra has tangible criminal victims of his direct stuff. JK said some things that can be hurtful. I get that, but there's real victims.
She wasn't kidnapping trans kids.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I put it in a very different category. And the other thing I'll say with just gamers in general, and we mentioned this last week, and I want to get you guys' thoughts, especially with Cronus playing the game, but the game is a fucking monster ass fucking hit.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
it's already a contender for Game of the Year, and we're in February, just like last year when Elden dropped. But
And it's going with some hard hitters too.
Everybody loves it, and the sales are hard as fuck. There ain't no goddamn boycott that's working with this shit at all.
Well, this is there's. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it. All right.
I'm about to say, we keep talking about. We're gonna have to go deep in this one.
We'll talk about the controversy first. We talked about it a little bit last week, but then there's other stuff that I wanted to kind of get into with the controversy because it's the controversy is it's layered. All right, and then we'll get into the game. All right. So the controversy, first of all, was, or still is for a lot of people. It still is. I can't say that it was. Is the turf status of J.K. Rowling, meaning that she is a trans exclusionary something feminist. What's the R?
I forgot what the R is for.
I don't know, man. You'd have to Google that shit.
Yeah, y'all can Google.
Oh, it's for her name?
I'll do. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Keep
Google
going.
it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
So basically, she believes that a woman is a woman and a man is a man. Blah blah blah, and that's fine. Sort of. I mean, not really. Like if somebody introduces themselves to me as a woman, I'll call them a woman. It's fine. Like I don't really give a fuck. But it seems like her thing is that she will not do that, given that courtesy, and I'm not going that far. So, and I think most rational people probably wouldn't do that. I don't even get into that whole aspect of it gets into like really dickish territory when you want to call somebody other than what they prefer to be called. Like I don't really understand the issue there anymore. At first, when I was listening to like a lot of idiots talk about it, about being forced to do it, and then I rationally, if somebody says, "Hey, my name is blah 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 blah," I'm like, "Okay, that's your name. Like, what's the fucking big deal?" To take that out of context or to take that as offensive that you want to call them something else. It's like, well, why? I mean, when a normal person walks up to you and says I'm whatever I am by name, and this is what you can call me, Mr., Mrs., whatever, her, him, all those things, just call him that. What's the fucking big deal? I don't really care. I care as far as I want them to have the right to do that because I don't want to take rights away from people. But as far as it's not a big deal to me that they want me to call them that. I don't know why people go out of their way to insult somebody like that. And so that's where I get into a problem with it. And apparently she's one of those people. The other issue that I was aware of, and this one is still iffy to me, is the goblins in the game. And in the Harry Potter universe, the Wizarding world, is that a lot
before you go deeper, so TERF, it stands for, I guess, trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Radical, that's what it is. Radical. Yeah.
Okay.
I missed the R.
Yeah, I didn't know it really meant radical feminist, but okay, keep going.
All right. The second issue is the goblins in the Wizarding world, that the Harry Potter universe, however you want to call it, is that a lot of them say that they're supposed to be Jews because they have Jew features, which I don't. Those features to me are not Jewish features. They're just, to me, they're goblin features. Okay. I don't think of them as Jews, and they say that especially because they work in banks a lot, which not all of them do, but some of them do. That it's a huge Jewish insult to have them look like that and to work in banks. And so I just don't personally believe that that's where that came from. That's the way that goblins have looked, and they're not green. That's the only thing that makes them kind of different. But in any other medium where I've seen goblins, that's how they fucking look.
How do they? Because you've read the books as well and seen the movies.
Yeah.
Did they describe them in a way that would seem anti-Semitic? Or?
No, I mean it's besides having and this. Okay, this is where it gets into racist territory, and if you think that all Jews have big noses, then I guess, but they have big noses, but they also have big ears, which I don't know if that's I'm not super into Jewish racist shit, but I don't know if the racist stereotype is they have big ears too, and if they're super short, and they have pointy teeth and long claws. and do magic. So, I just the big nose thing. I got you. They have big noses, but other things have big noses too. So, I don't really get that one that much. But at the same time, even with all the things I just said, people that I know personally have posted like their disdain for J.K. Rowling and the anti-Jewish stuff and all that shit. But then they're still Disney fans. And I'm just like, okay, well, how are you going to have, like, if you're going to be, like, straight down the line, then why the fuck are you taking your kids to Disneyland?
Yep.
I mean, like, seriously. So, I don't know. So, what do y'all think about that? What was just said?
This is the first time I've ever heard of the anti-Semitic, allegations with the goblins. I haven't read the books. I've seen maybe 5, 6 of the movies, but it's been a while. I mean, I'm not as into it as I am like other franchises per se, but I have heard the J.K. Rowling stuff on trans. I'm sure. I'm sure there are millions that feel exactly the same way, and you can go online and find them if you really go dig deeper. But regardless,
I'm sorry. Can you clarify? Feel the same way as her, or
yeah, I mean, I think that's not even debatable. There's millions
Oh
that
no,
feel exactly the same way.
guaranteed. In fact, your boy Dave Chappelle vocalized his support for her in one of his recent specials.
I do remember, yeah, but
because he calls himself a TERF.
Yeah, he talked about learning about it too. But in any event, back to Potter. I mean, what I'll say is this: I think that her JK's words can be definitely viewed as very offensive. I'm not going to go into the goblin stuff because I just don't know about it yet. Her words were viewed as offensive. She's double, triple, and quadrupled down for a few years now. And at the same time, I feel like, especially after this game, there may be more Potter fans now than there were like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Which,
Well, I think there is another thing that I want to bring up, at least for the trans thing, is that there's a trans character in the game, and they're in the main story.
Is that a character? Not to spoil too much, but is that a character that you create or an NPC that you meet?
It's an NPC that you meet.
NPC you meet.
And,
okay.
And she's a main character in the game.
Okay.
So, on top of that, you can make your character trans if you wish in the game.
Yeah.
That's not to be. Yeah, I am going to be crude. So when you say you can,
you cannot you cannot do a cyberpunk cock and balls.
Oh,
but Cyberpunk fucking lied. You can't do that either. Like you can't.
Yeah.
You can't have porno dick in Cyberpunk.
Well, you can't.
Apparently, you can't have a really big wand though. So they kind of make up for it.
Yeah, you can have a big wand.
Your broomstick can be a little bit larger than everybody else's, or smaller. Whatever.
Actually, it's funny that Blue said that because you could actually change the length of your wand.
In the game.
You sure can.
There you go.
You can change the handle too. Do all.
You gotta whack it a lot.
The first game that just says, "Hey, fuck it, we're gonna let you have whatever genitalia you want, whatever clothes you want."
Row.
Yeah, whatever new modern game does that and just says, "Fuck it," and when you're on PC, whatever mods you want, throw in there too. That game is going to be a best seller. That's going to be the GTA 6.
It was Saints Row the Third did it.
Yeah, I mean they did.
Yeah, Saints Row the Third did it. It was fucking great.
Oh, yeah. Conan kind of did it. I mean, but you're just doing it with just Conan. You can't build your own. I mean, Cyberpunk was the same, but it had a shitty launch, but it had a bump when the anime dropped. So, and they're getting their
great.
And they're getting
I haven't watched it.
DLC in like a month or so, or 2 months. 2 months, they're getting a big DLC with Idris Elba in it. So
yeah. Okay. Well, real quick, last thing I want to say about the controversy about Hogwarts Legacy is that if you don't want to play the game for the reasons that I mentioned or any other reason, don't fucking buy the game. I'm not gonna. If you don't buy the game, I'm not mad at you. It's like it's your choice. Like I can understand the reasons why you're not going to get it because if those things really offend you, which I can understand. If that's what you believe, then just don't fucking buy it. It's fine.
But then I think on the flip side, if you're going to get mad that we bought the game or someone else bought the game, I think attacking them and calling them names is kind of like a negation on what you're doing. You want to be more inclusive and whatnot. But just because someone else wanted to enjoy the game doesn't mean you attack them. I understand you can show them the information and why you refuse. You want to not buy the game, and you can give them information on why they should think about whether they should. But to blatantly attack people, to get on their streams and just call them names and start talking shit, that's kind of a not the way to go to get to promote change or awareness even.
Yeah, I really think that this game went out of its way to kind of shed a lot of the controversial light, except for the goblin thing, which I said
That's
I don't
weird.
really. That's the one I don't really understand at all. But the character creator is incredibly inclusive. They actually, I feel like they went above and beyond especially with people with African hair. Like they have a lot of different African hairstyles.
Oh yeah, I was
there.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I saw some of the still images from like the character creations, and it was like, yo, they got this shit on point. Like cornrow, they got like fades, they got like froze, like they like I think somebody posted up saying like, wow, Hogwarts straight up had like black barbers up in here. Like
Yeah,
people
sure
were
did.
like people were looking fucking fly, and it's crazy because a lot of times the hair for characters it's not well done, but for this game it looked great.
That was one of the critiques of like the Fallout series, and even with FromSoft that I love with Elden. It had terrible black hairstyles, and they took some heat for that, rightly so. But I will say this in terms of for Potter, you also got to realize this is a huge fucking franchise. Like, you know, obviously we all know about Star Wars, we all know about Marvel, DC. Potter's fucking up there. Like, it's a huge tentpole franchise. Now, when Star Wars did some blatantly fucking racist shit, like prevent Finn from being on the fucking posters in China.
I still burn from that.
Yeah, like Star Wars did some racist shit. Guess what? The tentpole of Star Wars ain't going nowhere. You had on The Mandalorian. What was your MMA girl?
Cara Dune.
Yeah,
Gina
she
Carano.
went buck wild on some awful shit. That you're saying they removed her from the show,
Well,
but
so-
the tentpole of Star Wars kept going.
It
Kind
did.
of
But
back
I
to
also
Star
want
Wars
to
in the beginning part was that okay? Darth Vader's voice is fucking James Earl Jones, which is a black man. But once he removed his mask, he was white. So it's like,
Well, he had to be related to Luke, though. You know.
Yeah.
still,
that's
we
true.
could have still it's like kind of fucked up. I mean, Luke could be, I don't know, he could have a little black in him. I mean, he
not
could be,
not with that not with that hair.
he could be
sandy,
passing.
musty ass hair. Nope.
Nah, he probably could.
No.
Mom got a little freak in her.
To point out the thing about Cara Dune, a lot of people were jumping off her side, especially people right leaning or on the right or whatnot. A lot of people were just like, "Oh, Disney just did this on a drop of a dime." No, for like literally 11 months, she was going hard against trans teens, minorities, people that were disabled. She was getting into Twitter fights, posting a bunch of crazy quotes. I don't want to say crazy, but it's very questionable.
not
quotes.
fucking. They're crazy.
Well, but she was saying that for a while. They let her go on, and there was a campaign of people there. Granted, they were not a huge amount of people, but there was enough that were like, "Hey, they should just fire her because do you guys see what she's doing? You guys let her continue to do and say all these hurtful and hateful things, especially to young people, and they let her. She continued to. It wasn't until she posted that picture and attributed a virus to being Jewish."
Yeah.
That they fired her, and a lot of people didn't understand that for some reason.
Oh yeah,
So-
she was a habitual line stepper for
Which is
months.
weird.
Oh yeah, for 11 months.
Which is weird because I used to really like Gina Carano. She's the person she's the person that really brought women's MMA to the forefront. If there had not have been a Gina Carano, there would not have been a Ronda Rousey.
Agreed.
So, and she used to be like really cool, and I don't know why she went to like this really weird like right leaning thing. And her last movie made like $800, and it was made by the Daily Wire, which is like I don't know why you would do that, but
Yeah.
you know.
So the Daily Wire, I didn't know is a right leaning publication, but on top of that, the guy who made it, he's in the Goonies. He's from the Goonies.
God.
He usually plays like a bad guy. He's an actor, but he's also a director, and it's all about Hunter Biden. I'm like,
Yeah,
who
I still don't get the
cares?
Hunter Biden thing.
Who cares? It's a fucking laptop. What are y'all gonna do with this laptop? Nothing.
They act like if they find was on Hunter Biden's laptop that everything in America would all of a sudden be fine.
Yeah, I don't, or it would expose a bunch of like Epstein style conspiracies or people that were. I'm like, no, it's basically his fucking cocaine contacts. That's all it's on
There
this
you
fucking
go.
laptop.
There you
That's
go.
all it's on there. It's probably senators and stuff that he did a bunch of lines with, maybe a couple of foreign dignitaries. So you can't have that out in the public. You can't have saying that heads of states are doing hella coke. Like that's all that's on there.
It
Y'all
wouldn't even
tripping.
matter. But yeah,
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
all I'm trying to say is with the big ass franchises that are like huge temples with big time movies, all the books, all the merchandise, and all that shit, very little stops the money train, even when the creator does foul shit or says foul shit. Unfortunately, I don't think Potter's going anywhere. I think it's just going to get, bigger and bigger. I think it took a little bit of a stumble when you had a lot of people weren't feeling Fantastic Beasts as much, but
but that had its own separate controversy as well.
oh, I didn't know. So tell me.
Well,
Johnny Depp.
yeah,
Johnny Depp was in it.
Oh,
at
that's
the time,
right.
Well,
at
Yeah.
the time
that's
he
what
was
you're
going
talking
through.
about, yeah.
He lost that role to a great actor. He's also in Star Wars.
Jude Law, was it?
No, he lost it to shit. Now I can't think
he's
of
in
his name.
Death Stranding. Read his name.
He is in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
Really
But,
European sounding name.
It's the
I know
dude
what
that
you're
cried
talking
blood
Yeah.
in one of the James Bond movies.
Yeah. Yes, he did. But he lost his role to him.
Madison?
Yeah.
Mads
Mads
right.
Mikkelsen. Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
There we go.
Mickelson. There you go.
Superb actor. He's a great fucking actor. He's almost excels in everything he's in. He's almost always a bad guy, so it's weird when he's like a good guy. Like when he was in Rogue One, I'm like, he's gonna start killing people. Oh no! But I'm like, oh, he's a dad, so I guess.
Well,
Yeah,
one way you can
but-
tell that Harry Potter is going to be fucking still blowing up, because I'm talking with Rescue residents in the chat, but like Harry Potter's got their own fucking like theme park within Universal Studios, so that's how
It's dope.
how big it is. I mean, literally, Star Wars just got one like a year or two ago, but like Harry Potter's been around for a while.
So Star Wars, so Star Wars did have a ride at Disneyland for a while.
Oh, right, but I'm talking about like a whole fucking
Yeah,
section
a
of
whole-
the theme
Yeah.
park.
This is
They
true,
got
and
Harry Potter fucking world basically.
they've been talking about building a Star Wars theme park for a while, and once they got acquired to Disney, they had the engineering know-how and the money, and kind of the real estate to build it themselves. So it was all kind of set up right then and there. But I want to point out a very big kind of it's a fact that the Potter franchise has not had a AAA gaming title until
Yeah,
this
Until
game.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
until this game. Everything before that was like Lego or
Yep.
like some kind of
Mainly Lego.
cutesy cell shaded mobile games. This is a AAA console. I guess all even the Switch is
Multi-platform.
going to get it.
Yeah,
No, the
I
multi-platform.
don't think Switch is going to get it.
The Switch is supposed to get the release date for the Switch is in April.
Oh, it's going to be way different than.
It'll probably
Yeah,
most likely be very different.
Yeah.
But it has a release date for late. I think April 25th is the exact date. But this is a AAA title. Even though it doesn't have multiplayer, this is the game that Potter fans have been waiting for like since the end of the series, the movies. Since the end of the movies. So and they got it. So
I
you
gotta
got to
say,
do
like
all this stuff. What?
Portkey Games, like this is their first like actual console game. Like all the other games were mobile, and they knocked it out of the fucking park. There are some issues, we can get into it in a little bit, but as far as like a workable open world game, like they did a fantastic job.
So that's all I've heard.
Yeah,
That's literally all I've heard was like mostly praises 8.5, 9s, 9.5s out of 10. People are fucking loving this shit. And I'm happy for them. I'm not necessarily a hardcore Potter fan person, but a good game is a great game. You know what I mean?
you're not a fan
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, he's not. He's a fan. He's a hater. He's a hater of fan
fanboy.
bases. A fanboy.
Oh, that's it. We took a left turn. Wait a minute.
I also heard
Well, let's get into the actual game because the actual game is really really good. I was surprised on how good it was because it's a fucking lot. And I thought originally when I first started playing, I was like, this is a pretty good game. But as I'm playing it more and more and more now, I'm pretty sure I'm like more than 20 hours in, probably close to 30 or more.
damn.
They're just adding in more and more shit into this game, and it's not even just more and more shit. It's more and more like actual gameplay systems into the game that I was not aware of when I first got the game. I was just like, and as a Harry Potter fan, like all the little like nuances and like lore and all that shit. Like when you're in Hogwarts, you feel like you're in fucking Hogwarts. And honestly, like I think a lesser game would have really just used Hogwarts as like the main game hub, and then had everything else kind of external to the game and like not being open world, and that would have been acceptable by probably like the vast majority of fans. But they went so far as to like make Hogwarts just like a piece of the game, and there's like all this other shit to do like outside the game. First of all, Hogwarts, the actual place, is gigantic, but then you see like all the surrounding areas are gigantic too. You get to go to Hogsmeade. It's all full. Like Hogsmeade is a full place, and there's like all these surrounding areas like in towns and like caves and all this shit, all this other shit around Hogwarts. It's amazing. And one of the main concerns that I had about the game before I played it was what would it be like to like sling spells, like because you're just a wizard, you know, and it's just like how fun would it be to play as a wizard, just like throwing spells around. It seems kind of stupid when I was thinking about it, but the way they implemented it in this game is it exceeded expectations for me by like a significant margin. It is so fun to fucking sling spells around in this game. I just love to just run around just to get into fights, just so I can sling some goddamn spells.
So I'm assuming like fire, ice, lightning, slime.
No.
Actually, no. So yeah, there is fire, there is ice, there is some lightning, but so the main thing that makes this game really cool is that there's different spell like categories, and they're color coded, right? So some of them are going to be like, I'll give you examples of like there's like yellow, red, purple, blue, which doesn't really matter in like spell like combat.
Wait, I'm in this game? What the hell?
Yeah.
They're all at the azul, and all of a sudden the person just drunk.
So what happens like when you're playing this game, like you have like a basic like spell, like it's just like a basic like attack spell, which is kind of like if you think about like fucking guns, you have basic bullets, all right?
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden, like when you get other new spells, you can get like fire spells that do like fire damage, and there is like an ice spell that'll do like freezing damage, and then there's like levitation spells that'll like levitate them and stop them, and like stop spells that'll stop them, and like other kind of spells that do other shit. But what's cool about the game is that your enemies can get like these protective shells around them, and depending on the color that they have, that's what spell you should use against them. So if you keep using like the wrong color against them, it does 0 damage. So you have to use like the spell you're supposed to use against them, like the same color, to like break their shell, and then you have to use a combo system. And the combo system is like really complex because like say if they're susceptible to like a fire spell, like a red spell, you have to hit them with a red spell to break it, and then if you just keep hitting them with like your normal like spell, you'll do damage. Yeah, you do like a combo, but what you want to do is like kind of juggle them.
Yeah.
So like you'll hit them with, like you'll break their shield, then you hit them a couple times with like your basic spell, then you can levitate them, hit them a couple more times, then you can like pull them towards you with another spell, hit them some more times, and then fucking do like another spell to like basically do the coup de grace. And it's just like it's really well thought out. And as like you're attacking like one person, everybody else is like trying to attack you, and so you have like this protective spell that you can block with, and then you can do like a counter spell if you have the right timing. And so like you have like when you're good at this, you're like a goddamn wizard ninja, and you're just blocking shit and fucking slinging spells everywhere. Everybody's fucking dying and shit.
Yeah.
Now,
I will say,
can
really
I do my air combat?
Hold on. I want to say really quickly, like when Cronus brought up the color coding like shields, if you hit them with the wrong shield, it'll tell you, but you also will get the subsequent counter attack on you. So you'll hit them with the wrong thing. They'll hit you
Yeah.
because you basically leave yourself open because they basically not really stun you, but you do like, oh shit, you do your character does like, oh shit, I didn't do damage, and like, oh, you're open to attack. Boom, you get smacked. You're like, oh shit, I got hit, and so you gotta. And
I
then
got a
like
question.
also if you can hit, you can get levitated, and you have to break their
Yeah.
levitation spell. If you hit the wrong button, you take even more damage from them. So
Yeah.
it's like
So wait,
super
I
crazy.
got, quick little question here. So this Hogwarts is a school, right? Like kids are there
Yes.
to like
Yes.
learn and everything. What kind of ghetto fucking shit is this going on in school? We got wizards and shit fighting against each other. Like what? This doesn't sound. I would not send my kid to this school if they're gonna be fucking fighting other kids and casting spells and fighting each other. Like, where's the camaraderie of this?
So
where's the school spirit?
Within the school, you can do like dueling. There's like a dueling club
Like fencing
that you
type
can
style?
do, but it's safe because like when you're knocked out, you're knocked out. But everything that happens like deadly wise is like external to the school. It's not in the school, and you have to kind of like I just suspend my disbelief because you're literally killing
Hogwarts
people.
sounds like it's in Compton.
You're killing people as a teenager. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do this, and then
Fucking kids.
today I just learned the Crucio spell, which if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're just like, you learn Crucio in fucking in Hogwarts? Yes. So I'm like literally torturing people.
Yeah, you also learn the Killing Curse, the Avada Kedavra.
Yep.
That's like one of the first ones. Oh, actually,
That's
no,
not
it's
one
the
of the first
first one in
ones.
the list. It's the first one left to right.
Yeah.
It's not the first one you learn.
No,
'Cause
it's
you
not,
learn
not
them
even
out
left
of
to right.
order.
It's at the very bottom.
Yeah, but they're listed in a row left to right. So
I don't know. I would never send my kid to this school.
I mean,
Sorry,
yeah,
I
I mean, sure, but your combat classes they're overseen by a teacher.
Yeah.
There's a teacher that's there, and they're like, and if you do well, then you end up learning a spell, and they have a combat
hold on.
dummy. You have a combat dummy that you can practice your combats on.
Go ahead, Prodigy.
So your
Hold on.
teacher
Let me ask
literally
you.
teach you how to kill other
Let
kids.
Prodigy ask this question.
On broomsticks, is there ace combat style fucking fighting? That's what I want to know.
So unfortunately,
Oh shit!
so
Good
far
question.
no. So this is one of the like a small gripe with the game. There's no Quidditch, and there's no
Oh,
flying combat that I've seen so far. But there's
Okay.
more like flying on the broomstick is actually it's fun, and you have other flying and other opportunities to do in the game. I don't want to spoil it for people, but
but can I cast spells on a broomstick?
just like Revelio, which is like to reveal shit, which is actually becomes really important later on in the game trying to find shit.
Actually, I find it very important in the beginning of the game. I'm using it all the fucking time, all over fucking Hogwarts.
Yeah, but when you're on the broomstick and you use Revelio, like the range you have is like way fucking bigger.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you're going so fast, and like it's fucked up because you can hit turbo on your fucking broomstick.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait,
Like,
wait. So
shit.
Vin Diesel's in this, or is he like it's all about fam?
Family. Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
So it's
Okay.
very it's a very involved game. Oh, there's potions. You have a potions class where you can like you grow your herbs, you build like a little farm because that's what I just unlocked yesterday. You can grow your plants, you cultivate your plants, and you make them into potions, and you can make them into different kinds of potions. So it's like, what the fuck?
Any voice actors from the movies?
And
No.
because there's literally no Harry Potter anything. They don't even mention him so far in the game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well,
which
it's
is
100 years before Harry Potter.
Yeah, so there's
Oh, gotcha.
and what's really cool is like the so like where Odin's is at, like yeah, you can like make potions in the potions class, but like later on in the game, you get like a special place where you can do more than just potion making, and you can make more than one at once, and you can do like there's like so many, like a whole like crafting system opens up. So like as you play the game, they keep opening up more and more stuff within the game. I don't know how the fuck they fit all the shit in the game. Like seriously,
Nice.
like I was like, oh, now I can craft all of a sudden. Like I'm like 20 hours in this game, and I'm like, oh, I can like craft my own stuff, and like I don't want to spoil it, but like you can like get better potions. You can craft your own potions in like your own special place, and there's more flying options, and I think you can get like a companion like beast in the game. I haven't gotten it yet, but the option's there, so I know it's going to happen at some point.
A lot of
The
shit.
puzzles are amazing in the game. Yeah, like they're amazing. I haven't seen this many different kinds of puzzles in a single game ever. There's at least I want to say probably like 8 or 9, probably maybe even 10 or 12 different kinds of puzzles in this game so far. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
so Prodigy, you would hate it. There's no platforming though, so maybe you're okay.
yeah. I mean, you can jump,
Wait.
but there's no platforming, and if
Yeah.
you need to, I mean, you can
Would
have your
you
room, I guess. But
would you say like you have to be a fan of the books to like enjoy the game, or do you think
No,
anybody can just pick up
no,
this
no.
and like run with it?
no.
Yeah,
This
no.
is because it distances itself from Harry Potter by being at the school, but it's 100 years before then. So your character that you build has their own story with their own unique preference to it. Because when you start the game, you don't go to Hogwarts after bat. It takes you like 45 minutes to get to Hogwarts because a
Okay.
whole story unfolds. You have to go on an adventure before you get there, which sets up your whole storyline. And when you're
So
playing the
okay,
game, you
I got a silly question. Since it's Black History Month, Harry Potter takes place in like what 1990 something like that, right? And this is 100 years before that. So
1890.
are black people like slaves in Hogwarts? Like what's going
No,
on?
they're not slaves. They're
Awesome.
it's funny because like one of the main NPCs, she's from Uganda.
Yep.
Mm,
She's
that's
from
cool.
she's from the largest wizarding school like in their realm, and it's in a mountain. It's like a castle or a stronghold built into a mountain where they learn magic. And she talks about it. She talks about the spells are mostly the same, but there are some that are in her language that are different.
Well,
And I'm
and
like,
they don't use wands
you use
or
wands, yeah,
words. Yeah.
yeah, and like your character like flips out about not flips out, but he's like super astonished by that. And she's like, it took her a while to use a wand, and she's like, I don't get why you guys use wand, but I've gotten used to it. I'm like, what the fuck, y'all do magic without wands? And like, it's pretty crazy. There's a lot of like, I guess if you a huge fan of the books, there's a bunch of landmarks in the
Oh
game
yeah.
that you would recognize. I didn't read the books, but I watched the movies, but I recognize some stuff. But like I know that if you're a Potter fan, you're geeking out to like the 10th degree.
Yeah, me
Like holy shit.
as a Harry Potter fan, I was like, oh, this is like some really cool, like all the fucking little. They put so much attention to detail in like everything in this game. It's just it's really cool. And one of the cool things that I think that kind of like pushes me more towards like the camp of it's okay that I guess J.K. Rowling is an asshole in some aspects, but they went kind of above and beyond to like make this really diverse. Like I found some place today, like in the basement where they do death days, which is also in the books. It's basically death days for ghosts, and there's randomly like two dudes like dancing together, and they're like a couple, and it's like they've nothing to do with the story. You could have not found them at all, but they decided to put this in there. And there's other like there's a trans character, like I said before, and there's all these different ethnic groups, and it's just like it's normal. So I think if you're a bigot, obviously you're not listening to this podcast, but you're probably gonna fucking hate this game.
Yeah, there's
So-
even your teachers are diverse.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
go from young to old. They're from all different parts of the entire world itself. Like super different. Some of them have different cultures. Like they bring their culture to the school, but yet they're teaching you magic. So it's super kind of crazy. But there's a lot of crazy shit in the game. Even the students are diverse. Like you can walk by them and listen to their conversations as they're going by, and they talk about the school, but some of them talk about their home. So it's like super interesting to hear like what's happening outside of Hogwarts and whatnot. It's a huge fucking game. There's a lot of shit to do. Cronus brought it up last night. I ran into this myself where there's like it's a side mission. There's a side mission that turns into a huge main fucking mission. It was like a 2-hour mission for me because I was dying. And there's puzzles and shit in it. I was like, I was like, am I really supposed to solve this? I mean, if you want the merch and like the treasure and stuff, you want to solve the little puzzles to get it. They're not like long. They're just kind of like really quick kind of stuff. The combat was fucked up because I don't think I was supposed to be at that level at the time because I was fighting they're in the book. I don't know. They're the big ass fucking spiders.
Oh yeah.
There's like
yeah.
they have like a hierarchy and shit. Oh, dude, those things are trying to.
I don't give a fuck if the number's red. I murder them all. I've died a few times, but I'll go on murder sprees.
Yeah, I was murdering them too, but the big ones are huge because they go underground, they pop up on you and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know they could do that, but once you get your combos down, you can fucking wreck.
That's the thing. You gotta learn your
I was
combos.
comboing the shit out of them, and it wrecked. And there's a thing because of your character's uniqueness. You basically have like a fucking super.
Yeah,
You have
super
your you have a super fucking move, and it's a legit fucking super, like a cinematic fucking plays very quickly in the game, and you fuck them up like hard.
So two more things. I know we're talking about this for a while, but there is actually some gameplay shit in this that I think advance gaming in general, and then I'll talk about some shit that is definitely like a downside gameplay wise. So I'll talk about the positive side first. The way that they do the spell system, which I already said is really innovative and really cool, but they also put in some stuff because you're limited to on your controller on like how many buttons you can fucking press, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they have this system to where when you start getting more and more spells, you can unlock basically different how do I put it? Like categories, not categories, but like combinations of spells
Like
you put
elements?
together. So like okay, so when you're playing, basically you have, if you're looking at like a normal controller, right? So you have, your 4 buttons on a PlayStation. It's like, your triangle, square, X, and O, right? So those
That's
are your main
cross.
attack buttons.
Cross.
And then what's up?
Your cross.
No,
button.
I don't get it's
No,
an
it's an X.
So, across is vertical and horizontal. I don't give a fuck what they say. It's an X.
Okay.
And then your R2 is like your main attack, right? You hold it down, then you do the attacks for like your special shit. But when you get further in the game, you can hold down the R button or the R2 button, and then you can press on the D-pad up, down, left, or right. You have to unlock that, and so you can preset your spells to like the D-pad. So if you want to have like a certain combination with some spells, you can like hold down R and then press like right, and you want to unlock another one. You hold down R2 and then press down. And so what you can do, you can like have like super long fucking combinations of shit because you get like 26 spells in the game. So obviously you can't use them all at once because there's not that many buttons on the fucking controller. But what they did is that they made it so you can hold down a button, use a combination, and then keep holding it down and then press up, down, left, right on the D-pad, and it switches you switch to a whole different set of spells, and you get to customize it like on the fly. And
that's like the old school, like I can't remember the makers of the game, the controllers, but like remember back in the day there used to be a controller that you can buy where like you can just flip a switch to like turn it to like turbo mode, or like you can customize like the button.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Mad Cats.
Yeah,
Mad Cats, Mad Cats controllers. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do it. I could do it on my on this controller too. The I'm holding up the DualSense Edge, so I can like do like functions and then like change up the buttons. But this is like, it's way better because it's like in the game to like switch it up, and it's like it's incredible to do that, and like they have to memorize like what goes to what, But if you play games long enough, you'll get it. But to me, that was like so innovative that they put that into the game of like just preset spells.
So I just unlocked that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then like it shows you a video preview. It shows like a little video preview of what you can do, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" I'm like, and then it shows like all these spells popping up with like these literally two button presses. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I just unlocked that last night, and I haven't had a chance to use it. So I'm looking forward to using that. Also discovered you learn a spell from students. There's like this
a whole bunch.
Yeah, I learned my first spell from a student, and like it's like a not a hidden spell, but it's a band or
Forbidden.
yeah, it's like a banned or restricted or forbidden spell, and like they have their justifications on why you need to use it. So you learn it, and then you just pop it. And the way that you learn fucking spells is pretty funny because it's just like this little mini game that you fucking do. It's like a little fucking it's like a racetrack thing, but it's literally just the motion of the wand motion you got to do. You got to learn it, and your character learns it, and then boom, you have the skill. I think that's pretty interesting, pretty innovative.
All right, so real quick, let's talk about why this game is not a 10. All right, and I think Portkey Games could do some things like in patches that could make this game closer to a 10. All right, so first of all, inventory management is a fucking problem. All right, so from the get-go, you only have like 20 slots. They fill up rather easily, And then
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
there's a bug that I've hit multiple times to where if your inventory is full and it says your inventory is full, and then you destroy something and you go back to the box that you were just at, and then the thing that was in there is gone.
Gone. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a bug that needs to get fixed. They need to make it so when you're selling things that you can sell multiple things at once. That's fucking annoying. Not to like hold, because you have to hold on the button to like sell something.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with like destroying things. If I'm going to destroy something, I need to be able to pick like more than one thing to destroy at once. Like I don't know why that was like a total afterthought from them.
So what's weird is if you read the text, it suggests that you can hit multiple things at once.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
But it hints if you read the text, it kind of tells you that you can. I'm like, no, I can't. What the fuck? Like, do I have to unlock this feature? I'm like, what the fuck? No, it's not fucking there. So that's very annoying too. But the one thing I do like though, even though you run into your small inventory problem, I thought by now you would have doubled your inventory, Cronus. But you're telling me now, I guess not.
Well,
I get stuck.
It's not
the same shit.
doubled, but I mean, I have more slots, but it's not.
But that's not enough. That's not enough.
No, I have like maybe 30 slots now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not.
they
Yeah,
don't come as quickly as you think they do.
Yeah.
But I'm way better at doing inventory management. Basically, anything that's green, I just fucking destroy it. I don't give a shit.
So the thing is that fucks me up is some of the shit that's green has better stats than my like purple or even orange shit. Well, purple is like rare and orange is legendary.
Yeah, well, I mean, for right now, later on in the game, the things that are colored non-green are kind of more important, and you'll get it later on in the game.
Yeah, I figured.
What the fuck was I gonna say? There was something else that was like super annoying too. Oh, there's technical issues with the game. The game hasn't crashed. I haven't hit anything that has been like game breaking yet, but there's like 2 or 3 issues that I can definitely see that happen all the time to me. One that I've seen on both the Xbox Series X, because that's what Kay is playing on, and I'm playing on the PS5. There's this really weird fucking color switch thing that happens on the screen, where like the color, like the shading, like flashes on and off.
Oh yes,
weird.
it's because it's not drawn completely until you walk forward to it. It's like it's always corners. I noticed that corners they go white and they flicker, and then when you move the camera, it kind of like fills in. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Well, that too, but there's like times where you're like literally in cutscenes, and like it'll like change the hue back and forth.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's it's not, like I said, it's not game breaking, but it's noticeable on both consoles. And then for me, I've noticed that there are times where the game hits like a serious artifact where a certain object will pop out, but then it'll give me like that square checkered box thing where like the object is there, but it doesn't exist in the game.
Available right now.
But there's like a place marker for it. Yeah, and it's just like, what is going on here? So, and it's happened multiple times. And there's some draw distance things sometimes, especially when you're flying, but it's not as noticeable as like Cyberpunk 2077. So,
oh yeah, I feel that. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen the flicker thing. I might have seen it like once while I was talking to the professor, and he was like, it looked like it was some weird spell thing, but he was like changing. It looked like he had some kind of disease where spots were like going across.
Yeah,
like,
it's just really weird.
It's that one character. So far, it's been that one character.
Maybe it's Voldemort.
If they fixed all that and they added in Quidditch, and then if they added in at least co-op,
oh my god,
this game would have been a 10.
Or even you know what? I would be cool with like a common area where you can just meet up with your friends, maybe exchange like items that are non-essential, like maybe clothing items or something, and just like check out, just like hang out and shit. A little fucking social area. I think that would be really huge.
Is this game multiplayer or is it
one player? It's single player. It's single player game. And then I would say that as well.
Up and just crafting some spells, like switching, like rubbing each other's wands.
I think that like if you give like, oh god dang, like if you can give like other players potions, like if you can give them like two items per per account or something, something small.
Killer Frost brought up something that I forgot about, and it's both a blessing and a curse. Is the transmog system. All right. So what's really cool is that the transmog system, basically any item that you find that's like any piece of equipment, it's saved as like you can basically change your appearance from now on with the way that piece of equipment looks. So if you get something that looks pretty cool, but then like the specs are like off, like you have to like get another piece of gear, it saves that the way that it looks, and you can always change to that no matter what you get, which is great because I don't want to wear a fucking hat in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to wear glasses in the game, but
I
you
wear
can still
glasses.
get the effects of getting that gear, but you can make it look however you want. But at the same time, it's annoying because every single fucking time that you change your gear, it doesn't save your preset. So they need to have like a preset of like, hey, this is just the way I want to look from now on. Because I have this badass fucking dragon coat. It's fucking dope. But every time I get another fucking coat, I gotta go back and then change it back to the dragon coat. So
I thought that you could, because at the bottom right there's like an outfit thing. I thought you can build your own outfit.
Did I just miss that?
Yeah, at the bottom right there's an outfit. Because I was like, oh, what's this outfit thing? And it shows like each like head, torso, and like her scarf, I guess.
Crows just like, I gotta boot that shit up.
Head, shoulders,
Yeah,
and toes.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck this was, and I was like, oh, it looks
Let me
like you
see.
can create your own outfit, and then preset. You get. It looks like there's five of them, 4 or 5 of them. Yeah,
If
look
that's
at the
case,
bottom.
then I fucked up. Then all right, then I guess I didn't see it.
Yeah, it should be the little bottom right corner. There should be like one that says outfits under your.
This game is so addicting. Crows is like,
oh,
fuck it, I'm gonna
blood,
figure this shit out right now.
Yeah.
Connor's gonna cast spells right now.
Yeah,
Right
right now, he's like,
All
He's
right.
all like,
it's
Yeah,
idiosis.
no, the outfit is just like your. Yeah, no, that's not it. Oh, Ninja.
that's not it.
Yeah, your outfit at the very bottom right is just like that's your basic clothes, not your jacket.
Okay.
So you have to go to that and then go to change appearance. And like for every single thing, you have to go to like change appearance for like every single thing. And I look fucking fresh to death with my fucking dragon coat. But every single time I gotta go back and fucking change the goddamn. Yeah. Like I said, these are
Pip
things
of
that are
Hogwarts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I do
Some
say like
improvements.
the what is it the the beret. The beret kind of fits my fucking outfit, but I still take it off because I just want the benefits of it. I don't want to look like that. Some of the wizard hats look fucking dumb. Like, this looks fucking stupid.
Well, that's what I like about it because you can just like,
Yeah, I just
take it off.
I turn it off.
Yeah.
I just take it off. Yeah, I just take it off. I try to do as much as I want to do, or as much as I want my character to look. And I wear glasses on my character. He looks like Black Harry Potter, but from the '90s, like with the fucking Dean Hardison fucking high flat top fucking fade. My shit's fucking fly as fuck.
Is there like a legendary like Pip one with like a little fucking like a little dragon egg at the end that you just oh bitch, where's my money?
I got some pretty dope wands. Oh, I have a pretty dope wand, and then you can get like a wand handle.
Yeah,
So
the
you gotta
handles are
find those.
fucking crazy.
They got some crazy
Yeah.
ones,
Yeah, I built my wand with a dragon core, so I'm like, oh, because it says it's more powerful. I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking
Wait a
take
minute, they
it.
got dragon horns on this?
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't speaking my language. Where's Donkey at?
kind of, sort of.
I mean, my jacket is literally like dragon hide. So
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
Yeah, I'm still like I'm 7 to 8 hours in. So I'm like levels. I think I just hit level 14 or 15. So I still have like most of my shit is still locked. I still have shit locked.
that's the thing.
And
Is
I
like when
feel
you're
like
playing, you don't even notice that at first. You're just like, but now as I'm playing, I'm like,
Oh, no, I
this
noticed
shit is
it
still
right
like super locked.
Yeah, I noticed it like right away. I'm like, fuck, there's hella shit locked. I'm like, I'm slowly unlocking shit, and I'm still comboing the shit out of people, but it's like I still have shit that's locked. I'm like, oh shit, there's more shit I can fucking do. Like, what the fuck?
You're missing like whole gigantic portions of the game right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just unlocked I just unlocked that I can leave Hogwarts and go outside of Hogsmeade and go to areas outside of those. I'm like, oh fuck, and I just hit I guess it was like a dungeon, pretty much.
Yeah, there's dungeons.
I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it's fucking fucked up. I wish so. Some of these missions, I do wish there was co-op. Because imagine doing fucking combos with another player.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that would be
It'd
fucking
be perfect.
wild.
Especially because you have like in some missions you have like a person with you, like an NPC, like co-op character that
Yes,
helps
you
you.
do.
So it's like the system seems like it could be there. And also on the PC, somebody already like modded it to have co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Wow.
I did see that it's a, like you can play this game on Steam, and I was going to ask you, like, have you tried to play it on your Steam Deck?
No, but Drew has.
I mean, why?
Drew has it on
Oh,
Steam
okay.
Deck.
Oh, right
Oh, so
on.
it actually can
I
run
didn't
on
know
there.
he had.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
Oh,
know
that's
he had
dope.
a Steam Deck.
yeah. He got
Right
it
on.
a couple months ago. He likes it too.
Right
I mean, I fucking love it, but maybe I should have got it on it. I don't know. I want to play on the big screen. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
More
definitely. Oh my
power,
god,
Yeah.
more
so
stable.
playing Harry Potter in 4K is fucking amazing.
Mm.
Like this, or it's not Harry
Well,
Potter. It's
I mean,
Hogwarts.
it's not the most technically impressive. Like as far as like graphics goes, it's not the most graphically
It's not
intensive game ever.
I mean,
It looks
it's not
good.
graphically, but it looks fucking good for the first AAA Harry Potter world type game.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I mean, I'm having a lot of fun.
Sounds like it.
I streamed for hours the last couple days. The streams are up right now on Twitch. You can see. You can go ahead and check them out. They're going to be there until probably next week because you on Twitch. As some of you may or may not know, Twitch only has that shit up there for a week unless I save it or mod and add clips and shit. There's
You
some
should
funny
post them-
shit.
You should
What's
have them
up?
post up on YouTube too, like download them and create like what is it called? A playlist basically on our YouTube
yeah.
channel of gameplay.
I thought about it too, but it was just like I'm like so I'm like right now I'm immersed in a lot of games. If we're done talking about Harry Potter, I kind of want to move on to some of these other games that are.
Well, I kind of want to move off to The Last of Us.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's do
yeah.
that. Let's do that.
Y'all gonna have
Alright.
to. I'm gonna have to step away.
What? You haven't watched it yet? You
I
have
haven't
time,
watched
bro.
it yet.
Oh my
I know.
god!
I've been gaming.
Ooh.
But go ahead.
Dude, this one actually dropped Friday.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it dropped early.
It's been a busy weekend for me. I've been all over the place. I didn't sleep until 9 o'clock this morning.
Stop doing coke, man. I told you it's a bad habit.
No, you can't control me. I'm do what I want.
All right, Blue, set it up.
Dude, this I've watched this episode. The last episode we had the bear episode with the two
The bear
I guess
episode.
gay
I
lovers.
was like, what is he talking about?
But like that episode was beautifully made. Like, I was like, oh, this is so passionate. Like, it was almost like a side quest story to the. I never played the game. I don't know how the game plays, but I was like, this is kind of like a side quest for where everything's going. And I was like, okay, that was a good episode. Like, what are you gonna do this week? I was not prepared, man. It's been a long time since I watched a show that made me fucking cry so fucking hard. I was not fucking like even think about it now. I'm like tearing up. But yeah, like, whew, man, like so. I mean, at the end of last episode, Joe, it's Joe, right?
Joel.
Joe and Ellie. Yeah, you know what? They found like a nice like high rise building to kind of camp out at. They went to like the top floor. It was like, okay, they should be safe. And logically, it seemed like it would be a safe thing. Joe sprinkle fucking glass on the ground in case somebody fucking walked through the building, like you hear him coming. But yeah, that didn't happen. Like this black kid and this other, I guess, I don't know, guy's like a teenager or something showed up. But like the way the story was playing out, I was like, oh shit, this is Joe and Ellie, but like a black version, but with all guys. Like it, I was like, I can see this being a fucking game.
One of them's deaf. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them's deaf, and I was like, that's fucking cool. Like this, I would be really happy if they made a game of these characters. I was fucking wrong, man. Like, you know, I was all kind of fucking wrong. Like oh god, I was in my feels when shit fucking went down.
You know, hold on.
But like,
real quick, I just got to interject real quick. It's 'cause I was watching with Kay, and we're sitting there, and she was like, "Oh, you know, this is pretty good." And like some stuff started happening. And I was like, "Oh, I know how this is gonna end." Because I remember it. I was like, "This is not gonna end well." And I was just like, "Oh god!" And then the way they did, yeah, I was like,
the one scene when the fucking truck crashed through that house and it started sinking in the ground, I was like, "Oh no, this is not going to end well at all. This a lot of people about to fucking die."
We need to set this up better because we're doing a terrible job of setting this up.
Yeah, I'm kind of jumping around, but yeah.
So start from the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, so like Joe and like Joe meet this teenager and his little brother, and the little brother's deaf, which is crazy, which is really cool because that actor actually is deaf in real life. Like he knows sign language, and like if you watch The Last of Us, like after the credits, they kind of go a little behind the scene, and like it was kind of cool. Like Ellie, like the girl who played Ellie, she like learned sign language too, because they had like a person on set that was teaching sign language, and like crew members learn sign language. And sign language is actually really cool, like to actually learn.
Yeah.
Like we teach our son like American sign language. It's really cool.
If,
But like
if,
so they
if you have a baby, like a newborn, it's the best way or the easiest way to communicate with them because they'll pick it up way faster than talking. So
yes, it is. It like Cronus's little girl, she learns languages, and like we teach our son too, and it's like, whoa, like he does that more than actually, not actually more than speaking, but he'll speak and do language too. But anyways, so yeah, so they run to these two kids, and you know, we know that these kids exist because in the last episode, like the leader of this town, he's looking for Henry. Like, where the fuck is Henry? Where the fuck is Henry? And we're like, shit, what the fuck did Henry do? And we learned what happened to Henry. So Henry basically was as Joe put it, a fucking rat. He basically snitched out people.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because his brother had like leukemia, right? Like he was trying to get medication for his brother, or did I misunderstood that?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I know he was sick. I can't remember if it was leukemia or not, but yeah, it was. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, in the show they mentioned it was leukemia. So like, you know what? It's my fucking brother. So he dimed out the I think it was like Kathleen.
Yeah.
Her brother was like the leader of this movement and stuff like that. So she was looking up to him because of the Regine or whatever fucking killed her brother, and like she's like she's fucking killing anybody who had any ties to like rat people out. But it was kind of a really cute story because like, you know, Ellie kind of became friends with little kid. Well, before I even get there, like Joe was like, hey, like, you know, I don't like Ellie was trying to be like, hey, you know, Joe's cool, like, you know, you put your gun down, you're safe. And Joe's like, yeah, you can put your gun down. He's like, what? I don't trust this mofo. And I was thinking too, like, Joe's gonna fuck somebody up.
He's like, I'm definitely not gonna murder you.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, eventually they
for the listeners.
Yeah, they lower their guards, and like, you know, we got to see like, you know, a little bit of kind of a softer side of Joe, but then also we got to see Elliot kind of being like a kid. Like she's like playing with what's the name? Sam. She's like playing with Sam. And like they try to escape out of this area, and they end up in this like area where it's like it looks like an abandoned preschool, which is where like they find the comics, and they're kind of joking around, having a good time. But then like they get to the outside of the city, and there's a fucking sniper there. I'm like, oh shit, what the like, can they not fucking catch a break? But like this sniper is like an informer. But like all this shit goes down, and like while you're watching it all go down, you're like, yeah, something bad's gonna fucking happen. But then all shit goes to fucking hell. Like we got a fucking giant goddamn T monster from fucking from Resident Evil pop up out of nowhere, fucking snapping motherfuckers' heads off. But God, this is the part that was hella sad. Was that like Ellie and Sam are chilling in a room, and like he's communicating on a little fucking, I don't even know what they're fucking called anymore, but it's basically one of those like
I remember that
papers
in the 80s. Yeah, I remember. I can't remember what it's called. It's almost like a goddamn etch-a-sketch, but not.
Yeah, it's like an etch-a-sketch, but not. But you actually write on it, and then you lift off the plastic, and they erase everything. You can write again. But he's right on there, like, hey, are you ever scared? She's like, oh, I'm scared all the time, and blah blah. But then he asked, like, you know, are you still the same as you got bitten? And I'm like, oh fuck, man, no fucking way. Then he shows that he's been bitten, and then Onan, you probably want to take off your headphones because this is a huge fucking. You played the game, so it might not be a spoiler. Anyway, so Ellie's like, oh, she cut her hands and tried to save him with the blood. And the next day comes, homie look out the window. I'm like, oh fuck, man, like no. And she's like, Sam, is everything okay? He fucking like attacks her. I'm like, oh shit, goddamn, Sam. But then like they kind of fumble into the room where Joe and Henry is. And this is the part. This is where I fucking this is the scene that got me, where fucking Henry, he grabs his gun, and he points it at Joe. He points it at Ellie, and he fucking just blasts Sam. He kills Sam, and then he's like pointing the gun at everybody, like, "Hey, like, stop! Don't!" And he doesn't know what the fuck to do. Like, he just fucking killed his brother, and like his whole world was his brother. Like everything he was doing was for his brother. and then he just takes his own life. I'm like, whoa, they are not going to be in the sequel of this game at all.
No.
But yeah, I was fucking balling. I was like, holy shit, like this episode was too fucking emotional. Like, god damn. I mean, I'm huge fucking spoilers that happened, but like, what's your guys' take on the show versus the video game? Because I never played the game, so I didn't see this fucking coming
It's
when it
hilarious
came.
because everybody that's played the first and second game, we're all just like, well, just wait till Last of Us 2. And then
Yeah, exactly.
it gets worse. Then I mean, it's just
Well, and here's the thing too, that people kind of forget, because the first game came out literally way back 10 years ago in 2013. The first game was violent as fuck too, and I complained a little bit, not a hard knock, but a little bit about kind of making that episode, the most recent episode from last week, a little bit more PG-13, kind of shying away from some of the direct violence. Fuck all that noise for this week.
yeah.
Wait.
Hey, hold on, somebody stop.
What are we hearing in the
playing
background? What are we hearing in the background?
I don't know.
Old
I
Ninja?
think it's all Ninja. Let me
Yeah.
Yeah,
hold
mute
on.
his
Keep
ass.
talking. So I don't know. He could be watching porn or some shit. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what he's doing. I'm just
Mute
saying.
him, man. Mute him. Anyway, the fuck.
Oh, I can't mute him. I think. Hold on.
Try to man. Yeah, he is watching porn. Fuck what he's talking. What the fuck?
There we go.
Yeah, there we
He's
go.
muted.
All right. Anyway, this shit. But what I liked about this one, they went all the way there with the fucking violence and with the fucking backstory. I didn't know exactly how they were going to connect Henry to Kathleen. Obviously, Kathleen is looking for that motherfucker with a fucking passion. That is her one most important drive. Not the fact that there are bulging fungi sounds and clicker sounds coming from the basement.
I think everybody that played the game knew what the fuck that was. I knew what the fuck it was right away. I was like, that's a bloater. Yeah, that's a bloater.
Yeah, but you know that's her most important thing, and you get the backstory, even, and it's a little bit different from the games, but the backstory of why it's so important that she feels the need to kill this person, to kill Henry, and for Henry, why he's so desperate to get the fuck out of Kansas City because he knows exactly what the fuck's going to happen to him and his brother. And I like how Henry and Sam have this instant bond after the guns are put away with Joel and Ellie, and it's going smoothly. There's a whole lot of moments, very much like I mentioned, I think a couple weeks back with Leonardo DiCaprio, where you're pointing at the screen saying, "Oh, that's that fucking game." And Blue described it or whatever. When they're in that area that looks like the preschool,
yeah,
like spot on from the fucking game. And then when they have the sniper coming shooting down from the second story window, spot on for the fucking game. And I love how when Joel is trying to do the rescuing or helping during the horde, very similar, not quite, but very similar to the game as well. But my favorite part is that was like hundreds of fucking zombies. The fact that town got overran so quickly, the action in that scene, the baby clicker or the toddler clicker with her agility.
That was an addition, yeah.
Oh my god, that was an addition, and it was fantastic.
That little scene of the toddler or the I don't know, the 12-year-old fucking clicker. That shit. If you haven't watched Megan yet, I haven't watched it either, but like the trailers and stuff like that, like that's the impression I got from there. The way she was like flipping and rolling over the seats and stuff like that, I was like, holy shit, this is a fucking scary ass clicker. Like it's fucking flexible and it can go where it needs to go. Yep. The fact that it took out Kathleen at the end, I was like, well, she kind of had it coming.
Yeah, and we all expected the sewers to have a whole lot of clickers. You know what I mean? Like Joel was kind of on edge with the flashlight. Keep your flashlight pointed in front of you, but
yeah, and it was like
I like the way they sold it down.
Oh yeah, I love. They do a lot of thing with like ambiance and just like really building up the tension in these shows because they talk about it. If you listen to like the podcast and sort of the after show things, there's things that you can do in games, and then there's things you can do in shows, and they're not necessarily. Sometimes there's no crossover. Like in a game, you can only go back and forth through time so many times, unless it's a gameplay mechanic, and then it's a little bit different. But You know, when it comes to like a normal linear story, like you can't go back and forth so many fucking times and like make the story make sense. It's gonna get old.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in a show, it's different. You can go back and forth in time if it's written well, because you don't have the expectation of like gameplay. You know, so you can tell like a kind of a more cohesive story by doing that. And I really love the changes that they made to do that, because this episode, it starts off like in the past, and then they kind of catch up to like the beginning of like the last episode. And so I thought that was a really interesting, you know, storytelling mechanic that they did, and they did it really well. And you know, the way that it ended was it was so good, and just like ripping the hearts out of like America once again. It's like Kay asked me, she's like, "Is somebody significant gonna die in every single episode?" And I was thinking, I was like, I mean, they just fucking might. I mean,
Shit.
there's enough people,
Yeah.
you know, they just might.
Dude, so far, I mean, because like episode 1, was it 1 or 2? 2, we lost Tess. 3, like the bears, they killed each other, and then like this episode, we lost Sam and fucking Henry.
Yeah,
Like, goddamn, like I was not prepared. I said I wasn't prepared in the beginning, but then the shit really went down. I was like, I was super not prepared for this.
I want to fuck with them and be like, well, how much do you like Ellie?
Well, the other great things, and there were so many good Easter eggs for the games. Obviously, comic books play a huge role in like the first game, and they're talking about the whole endure and survive. And I'm sitting there like Leo, oh, do the part, you're doing the part right now. You know what I mean? Because that's straight from the game.
Well,
that's some of my favorite dialogue between Joel and Ellie, and even with Sam and Henry and all of that. Go ahead.
Well, it was really interesting because when it came down to the sniper scene, like when Joel went to take out the sniper, like I haven't played the game, but I like that whole scene right there where Joel kind of he took the sniper rifle and he was like protecting like Ellie and Sam and Henry. Like I felt like that right there was like a game moment. Like I can imagine you playing a game, your character gets to a certain point, and then like this horde hit, and you're like, you need to like protect them. Like it's like a mission where you have to protect those characters, and you like literally have to like snipe different like zombies that were trying to approach them, or like humans or people that are trying to approach them to kind of protect them. Like that whole scene, I felt like was a scene out of a fucking video game. I was like, they're doing this shit right. Yeah. And I've never played the game, so who knows how it.
It's a great game, and this is the reason why, you know, it saw a 300% increase in sales, is because I think people that already played the game, they're just like, I'm forgetting like the way the whole story went, so let me go back and play it. And so everybody that said, oh, well, you know, look at them doing the remake again, it's like they were fucking smart to do it, because they knew a show was gonna come out, and it's gonna broaden their audience, and even the old audience, they're gonna want to play it again, to kind of remember like how good it was, and then to see like the improved graphics, because like I mean, the original came out on the PS3.
It did.
That was 2 gens ago. You know, let's get some of
right.
that ray tracing. Let's get some of that 4K and some of that HDR.
I'm with it. I mean, look, I played the game. I probably played it like 10 or 12 fucking times. It's just so fucking memorable and excellent on the PS3 and PS4. I haven't done the 5 yet, but I will say I love the fact that it's a masterclass in fucking writing. Like, they don't shy away from really fucking great writing. And this is no shade to The Walking Dead, but it's just written better. It just is, you know? I mean, The Walking Dead was good for its time, but this one, you care about the characters, and it's a more bleak world. Like, they talk about the fact that Fedra, I think it was Henry, for 20 years in Kansas City, was raping, murdering, and torturing people.
Basically,
and
yes.
They had a revolution, and it was led by Kathleen's brother and whatnot. And actually, Kathleen is the one that pushed him over the edge and getting rid of Fedra. But basically, they tortured and killed the people who were doing the torturing and killing. So,
well, like, even like in the previous episode, we got to see that like they were killing like innocent folks. Like there was like the black lady with the baby. Like we saw a little backstory of them killing them. So, I mean, like in this world, like the government isn't really your friend.
It ain't in this world, but
yeah, that's true too.
But I love the fact that you see it's not just the downfall of like major cities and, you know, like you have to do this whole survival stuff and it's hard to find food. No, it's really about just how incredibly evil people could be towards each other,
especially desperate
and
people. Yeah.
desperate people, and then people who are power hungry. You know what I mean? You get a little bit of power over somebody, or let's say you have a gun, or let's say you have food. Well, I'm going to hurt and disrespect you in every fucking human way possible, just because I can. And I think you're going to see those themes, and it could be hard for a lot of people to watch. Yes, it's technically in the kind of survival horror genre, but you'll have your touching moments. But for every one of those, you're going to have some really brutal stuff. And I want people to think more as they're watching it, just in terms of, hey, this is all from basically a pandemic, right? It's a pandemic, and
I think
about that shit.
that's what makes it a little bit worse, is that we're kind of we experienced a pandemic, and we got to see how crazy fucking people are. Like people fucking hoarding, buying hella toilet paper and fucking paper towels and masks and
fighting each
fucking.
other.
Now eggs was on that scene for some fucking reason. It was fucking madness in the beginning of the pandemic. It was scary. It was literally it was scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'll say is, now that we're at episode 6, I think, coming up, and there's 10 or 9, it seems like I don't think it's going to be all of season or all of the first game.
Yeah, a bunch of people have mentioned that to me of well, do you think it's going to be the whole? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the whole
first game.
First game, yeah, because in the first game there's seasons that you're playing through, and we're still in the first season. So I think the next episode, I think they were showing snow, so maybe that's the next season or the next season. What I mean by season is in the actual weather seasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that I think people are right that this is going to be probably 2 seasons to make The Last of Us the first game, and then I think then they're going to go to The Last of Us 2, which is the second game.
And that alone could be a couple of seasons on its own.
Oh yeah,
depending on how much backstory you want to get into.
And that shit's Jesus Christ, that shit's all fucked up.
Oh, and then the other thing I'll mention too, just in terms of the whole representation and the whole aspect of diversity in series, this has always been a gay-friendly series, and I know some people either didn't pay attention or hate that or whatever the fuck. You're gonna have to get over it or just don't watch, because Ellie's not a straight character. I'm gonna spoil that for you right now. She never was. And they did that from the very first game, and neither was, Bill was never a straight character. And, you're going to have a whole lot of different characters that have motivations and that have different sexualities and beliefs all over this game. And I'm happy and proud of that. That's great. I just love the fact that they don't put anything in a overly positive light in terms of these people. Well, some of these people are maniacs and animals.
It's interesting in the last episode, the one with the bears. At first, when the guy was like, "Hey, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a slut," I was like, "Okay, this guy's just doing this to get shelter so he can stay longer." But the fact they were together 5 years, I was like,
"No, 20."
Okay, 20 years. Yeah, I was like, okay, he wasn't just playing the role for free food. He's actually a gay character. That was the first impression I got when this character came out. When he pulled him out of the hole or whatever, and he fed him and stuff like that. He's like, I'll be whatever you need me to be able to have shelter. But for the fact that they're together that long, I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. This character is actually gay, and they actually end up falling in love. That was pretty cool for them to do that.
And this is what gives me hope, some hope for America. I mean, not a lot, but the fact that even after episode 3, which is, to me, it still is one of the best episodes of anything of all time for me, they saw an increase after that, and it's been increasing more and more every single episode. They keep increasing their viewership, and so it's really showing that I think bigotry and homophobia, at least from an American perspective, is on the decline, because if this was even 10 years ago, I don't know if America would have the stomach for and the episode 3. You know, like two dudes with beards kissing on camera and like having sex. Like, I don't know if that would have made it a long way back then. You know, but today, like, people are way more accepting, and that's a great thing because even if you're uncomfortable with like two dudes making out and fucking or whatever, the love story that was being told was incredible and it was beautiful, and I'm glad that a lot of viewers appreciated that, and then more viewers came on board even after that to see like what's coming on next. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. This will not make any sense to Blue because of the fact that he hasn't played the game, but if they do the Left Behind DLC for part 1, which could be its own.
I didn't play that one. I still need to play that, but yeah, I know what it's about.
Yeah, that gave so much backstory and depth to Ellie, and they've hinted at it already. That could be 1 or 2 episodes in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm all the way on board.
I mean,
yeah,
they kind of tease you with like we know that Ellie has killed before because we know that because she literally said that to Joel, and we got to see her like fucking. She basically like take her knife and like carve up one of the infected people. So we can. I would be kind of interested to see a little backstory of her, like how she got where she was, because all of a sudden she's just kind of thrown. She's just given to us like she's in chains. Yes. And like they keep asking her to count to 1 to 10 and all this different kind of bullshit, but we don't know what happened before then. So there's a couple of episodes that they can fill in, basically with a little backstory with her.
Yeah. I'll say this too: Latino Joel and Tommy fucking works, and I think we're going to see that even more. You know, obviously everybody loves Pedro Pascal, but I think we're going to see that even fucking more in this episode 6 coming up. Because it looks like they're in Wyoming, and it looks like Joel and Tommy have united. They got a killer fucking battery as well. So buckle fucking up. It's gonna be off the hook.
You know what's fucking funny is that did you know the voice of Tommy is actually in the show?
Yeah, but who is he though?
It's Kathleen's right hand man, the guy with the beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. That makes so much sense.
I think that's really cool that they're giving them roles, you know?
Yeah, and same as Marlene is the voice of Marlene.
Yep.
That's one of the things that kind of had me they kind of answer it toward the end, but I was like, why are these guys like answering to this, like, not that she's like weak or anything, but like she just doesn't seem like she doesn't seem like Negan. She doesn't have that like, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna fucking just blow your fucking head off. Like she seems super nice and sweet. Like she sounds like somebody you would respect. But for like these like mercenary guys to be like following her lead, like that part was confusing until I learned that like, okay, her brother was the original. Well, no, that's the thing. Like her brother was the one that was kind of running things, and he was kind of like I don't know, it's kind of weird knowledge to use, but like he like her brother was more like the Martin Luther King, like, you know, like we'll do it the peaceful way.
Yeah.
Where she's more like fucking Malcolm X, like, hey, any means necessary, basically. And like she's the one that caused everything to kind of happen, like for the regime to take over, like to take out Fedra or whatever. But yeah, it took me a while to understand why she was in her role, but it all kind of makes sense. But then again, she kind of fucked up at the end because she was just going off some petty shit trying to kill some kids.
Yeah, she was team fucking kids. I like, and Kathleen's not.
It's also funny because a kid killed her, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Kathleen's not in the original game, but I tell you what, I love the fact that she's just so fucking brutal, and she has no problem with torture. And then at first you're like, oh, she's just sadistic and evil, but then you learn more, and you're like, well, these people did some heinous stuff, ratting out their neighbors to Fedra. You know what I mean? And then Fedra was torturing, raping, and doing evil shit to people for years and years and years. So there's a lot of duality on morality going on in terms of shades of gray, and, you know, to Kathleen, Henry is evil. And to Henry, you know, Kathleen is completely fucking evil. But, you know, they both have to do it. More so Henry, but they both feel like they're doing what's right. You know what I mean? It works. It works on almost every level.
Yeah.
Quick question: in the game, is Henry and Sam black in the game, or do they make?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They make the biggest change, which worked even better in the show. Shout out to Neil Druckmann. I love Sam being deaf and using ASL. I don't know why, but it fit fucking really well. Even when like there's shooting going on, and he's looking around based on people's mannerisms and kind of being like, I don't know what's happening, but we must be in danger. You know how fucking terrifying it must be to be a 6-year-old and
for
to
real.
be deaf, and for people to just start ducking out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like your guardian just starts hovering down, and you're like, I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean?
But also you have an advantage of never making noise to communicate.
That's true. There you go. There you go.
So yeah,
there you go.
something like
Man.
knocking on tables to get somebody's attention. But yeah, obviously that's the downside.
Yeah. But it's incredible. It's fucking
Let's
great.
segue a little bit because I was talking about like the ups and downs of that. Let me tell Old Ninja that he's okay now. Let me unmute him actually because he was muted before.
He was
There we
watching
go.
this
Oh, he
fucking porn.
unmuted
Fuck
himself
him.
like an asshole. Can you hear us? Old Ninja.
All right, I am back.
There we
We
go.
gotta tap some rocks
Yeah.
from here.
Speaking of like the disability thing, did y'all hear about the Mr. Beast curing people of
Yes.
blindness
Blindness.
and the controversy from it?
Yeah, this
What
is
the fuck?
fucking
What is
dumb.
this?
So Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTube star.
YouTuber.
Yeah, he has the most amount of subscribers right now, like ever, and he does a lot of like acts of kindness from his fame, which is funny because there's like a YouTube burgers. I'm not a YouTuber. Mr. Beast burgers like near us, and I've eaten there before. Like I've gotten delivery from there. It's here like in our area, Prodigy.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he cured 1,000 people of blindness because it was like a kind of blindness that can be cured relatively cheaply. And so he did that, and there was like this huge controversy of him.
Exactly, what is the cure? Because it sounded like he went over and did some fucking Jesus thing and like rubbed his face over their eyes. He
it's
basically paid for the surgery.
Yeah, he paid for the surgery.
Right.
He paid for the surgery. Like, yeah, he definitely was not a miracle worker.
Yeah.
I mean, unless like a person that's blind, then I guess it is kind of a miracle that he had the money to give. Whatever. Anyway, there was a huge controversy of people were shitting on him, saying that he shouldn't have done that because he's being ableist and all this other fucking like crazy bullshit, saying that he's like part of the problem. And it's just like, no, I mean, honestly, the problem with that whole situation is that you had a curable blindness in America, and then people couldn't get it because they didn't have the resources.
Mm-hmm.
But it's curable. He had the money to do it, and he gave it to them. I didn't see him as like some fucking. As far as I knew, he didn't ask for anything back from anybody. He just like gave them the surgery, cured their blindness, and people were like so mad about it. I'm like, why are you mad that people can fucking see? And then somebody did a whole article about how it's super ableist because of what he did. I'm just like, no, like, first of all, if you're blind, it's not like he kidnapped people that were blind and then cured their fucking blindness. Like, he asked them, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And then he paid to have their surgery to cure their blindness. And then they were just mad because they were saying, oh, it's curing blindness. It's not really a disability, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but nah, because you're missing a whole fucking sense. If you're fine being blind, that is your prerogative. But somebody else might want to fucking see. And that's their prerogative. So don't shit on a guy that, gave them the resources to get something done that they wanted to get done, but they didn't individually have the resources to get it done. This is like a weird fucking time that we're living in to where somebody does something that's truly altruistic but still gets shit on.
Well,
yeah,
I think
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say one of the problem is that people were getting mad because he like filmed it and aired it. But it's like
That's how
this guy is known. This guy is known for doing charity. Well, because since he's a YouTuber, like he kind of gets his revenue from YouTube. So for him to film it, post it, he's still getting money from it. But this guy is like known for like giving his money, not giving his money away, but he's like he does a lot of charitable things. So like, of course, he's going to make profit from it, but that money is going to probably help other people. And I think that's one of the problems that people have was that like, okay, why would you post it? But then I think the problem is that we see a lot of people who would that will create like TikTok videos where they give like their waiters like $1,000 on their tip, and they'll film it and be like, "Hey, like I've done something charitable." It's like, yeah, you did something charitable, but like like big deal, like you just gave a little bit of money. But Mr. Beast, he helps out like a lot of people like all the fucking time. Like I'm not a fan of his channel. I just know like he does like some good stuff here and there, but I don't know. The people took this shit way over line or whatever. But what do you think?
I can't even wrap my head around controversy of trying to help
Yeah.
people from a healthcare standpoint. The only way it would be an issue, and I think Kronos kind of alluded to this, is if someone was being forced against their fucking will to have a surgery, which doesn't sound like the case. If they consented to it, like more power to you. Sounds like a really fucking good thing. Though I don't quite wrap my head around sometimes the able concept unless you're discriminating against people who are disabled.
Yeah.
But like, and that's fucked up. Yes, discriminating against them. But if you're trying to help somebody who is consenting to receiving help, that's a good thing. Like on GP, that seems like a great thing. This is weird.
Well, this is why people, on the right can make all these ridiculous like comparisons to people that are, like on the left, because it gets into like this some people, not all of them, some people will do like this weird oppression Olympics thing. And they're just like the most ridiculous fucking people that are so dissatisfied in their life that they want to like shit on anything that's possibly positive. They just want to shit on it. And it's incredibly fucking stupid. I'll say like in my personal life, like I had to go through like literally, how do I put it without being a fucking kind of too depressing? But it's like with the injury that I've had to deal with for like still to this day, it's like in my mind having to compensate with like literally having to maybe be crippled for the rest of my fucking life. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be that way. Does that mean I'm a fucking ableist? No. I would like to be for my own personal use, my own, I would like to get my body the way it was. I'm not shitting on somebody else that has one leg or that doesn't have full functionality in their foot, but I would like to have the full functionality of my leg and my foot back. It does not mean that I'm going to shit on somebody that happens to have a similar injury or happens to be missing a leg or a foot. It just means that I want to get my own body back to the way that I think it should actually function. And for somebody else to insert themselves and be like, oh, well, that's ableist for you to get back to normal. It's like, that's my normal. My normal is fucking having 2 legs and 2 feet to fucking use and being an athlete. Mm-hmm. And some of these people that he paid for their surgery used to be able to see. And so for them, it's like just getting back to their baseline. If you're born blind and you never want to see again, that's your prerogative. But why would you give a fuck that somebody else could see? Like this is what I don't really get. Like if that's really the way that you believe that's how your life is supposed to be, then why would you care that somebody else could do it? But you obviously do because you're shitting on it.
You know what's interesting? Well, sorry, just a little side thing. Like, I was watching a video about somebody who is blind, like they were born blind, and they were like, the way to describe being blind is really interesting. Is that like it's not like so if you close your eyes, it's like
it's more than that.
No,
yeah,
it's more than that. So it's like things like it was really interesting how they basically said like imagine looking out through your elbow, like that's how it is. Like being blind isn't like you're in a dark room. It's more like things aren't there. Like it's really interesting how like being blind works. So like if you close your right eye, like you can't see out of the eye, but like anything that's in that vision of that eye just isn't fucking there. Like it's weird how they explain it. And I was like, holy shit! Like I always thought like being blind was just you just walking around in the fucking dark basically, but it's not that at all. Like
I think you would have no concept of dark, right? because darkness is the absence of like what we see. But if you never had sight
Yeah.
to begin with, then
Yeah, and let me just say this though. I mean, this is a huge assumption on my part. You can call me whatever you want, but I think given the opportunity, whether you were born a certain way or not, if there's parts of your body that are not functioning, and there is a way of correcting that, I think the overwhelming majority are going to opt, if money wasn't an object, to get that part of your body to function. I really do.
yeah.
And
But at the same
I
time,
don't see
though,
how that's a problem.
well, but at the same time, though, if you didn't want to do that, then just don't do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess I would put hard-earned money on the line and say a substantial majority would say, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? You're going to pay for my surgery to,
Improve my life, or
yeah,
not improve your life.
yeah. I think improve something, some part of your body. A lot of people would do that. You know what I mean? I'll even go so far as to say a lot of people would opt for cosmetic procedures if money wasn't an object, and that's not even necessarily something not working. You know
Well,
what I
like,
mean?
kind of like what you just mentioned. I know there's like a charity out there where they raise money to like help kids that have like a cleft lip. Basically, it's like
Exactly.
where they have like that little bit of indent in their chin or whatever. But like, it's just people trying to not be normal, but like fit in with society standard, I guess is what you could say.
Well, that's where the ableism part comes in. Like that actual, like what you said is like that's the ableism part. Is like who defines like what's normal, right? Like
Yeah, but if they want to,
that's what I'm.
if they want
That's
to,
the other part.
yeah.
Yeah, is it if they want to, then it's on them. But
Yeah.
those 1,000 people, I can guarantee you, they all wanted to get their vision either
Yeah.
back or just have the possibility of vision, like from the get go. And yeah, I don't understand why that would be controversial. Just like I think they're just trying to put controversy where it doesn't really belong.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For clicks.
Now, if we were in Cyberpunk and you were talking about, hey, he's got a 5-foot long dick and shit,
That's
we'd
my
be like,
controversy
"All
right there. Bigger dicks. You need bigger dicks in video games. Just saying. Hey, Saints Row the Third had gigantic dicks.
Mm-hmm.
It was all censored and shit. What? That was the game, right? That was the one that had
Yeah.
Because you had a Fuda character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure did.
My controversy is if I can have an anime that's fucking censored, like just show that shit how it's supposed to be showed. I don't need a little cloud over like boobs and stuff like that, or like some kind of filter or whatever.
Fuck
Just,
mosaics.
yeah, fuck it all.
And this is time for my weekly reminder of everybody to watch Interspecies Reviewers because it's not censored and it's just beautiful and it's art and yeah, you know what I mean.
Is there Fuda interspecies reviewers? I'm just saying.
Oh, there's so many. I mean,
Okay,
there's
well,
Squid
all right.
Girls. There's yeah.
Is J.K. Rowling in it?
J.K.
No.
Rowling.
There's angel Fudas. There's devil Fuda. I mean, there's just it's just wonderful. It's glorious. Old Benji, can you hear us still? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been listening this whole time.
All right.
I don't know what the hell y'all was talking about. I don't know who this person is. I was just listening
Mr.
because I was
Beast?
like, oh, yeah, I don't know who he is. Just like most of the top streamers for gaming, I don't know who the fuck they are. I barely know who Ninja. Like if you had to say, "Hey, point out Ninja in the crowd," I'm like, I don't know.
couldn't either. Yeah.
It's like,
I couldn't point this guy out either.
But
quick
I
little
know
thing.
the kids. Your kids probably can.
Yeah.
The thumbnail that
I can point him out though.
the thumbnail that Mr. Beast uses for this whole video for the whole blindness thing is very fucking creepy. Because there's like a little kid. It's like eyes are like wide open, and Mr. Beast is standing behind him, behind his shoulder. I was like, oh, this is some fucking creepy little pedophile looking shit.
God damn.
Look it up. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know about this Mr. Beast, dude. This fucking thumbnail is way too fucking creepy. But I mean, he helped 1,000 people, so I don't know.
There you go. Hey, we should wrap it on. Because we're gonna go late.
You don't got to wrap. What are you talking about? You're seedless. There's no wrapping up for you.
Yeah.
Give me free. Plus all in nuts.
Bless all.
I could bust some seedless nuts. You know.
Hey,
Oh, no.
I just listened to the Stuff You Should Know podcast where you talk about having a vasectomy and like, wow, like I learned a lot. Like,
Yeah, I told
Like,
all
it's
about
not-
that
It's a
shit.
great podcast. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a really
that
good
specific one,
podcast.
yeah.
it actually had me thinking about it.
Yeah, if y'all haven't
Oh,
listened
wow.
to the Stuff You Should Know podcast, it's fantastic. I've been listening. I think Blue's been listening to it longer than me,
Yeah,
but
long
they
time.
have like on like variety of topics is easily digestible. They're usually less than an hour, some are less than 15 minutes of just like random subjects. And yeah, the one about vasectomies, it's pretty good. And if y'all are considering vasectomies, they have ones that are basically no cut, where it's like a very small puncture and it's super easy to do, and you know you don't got to worry about having kids ever again.
One is the
But
thing about that, like I did not know about a vasectomy was that like, okay, if you had it done, like yeah, you can get a reverse, but it's like super expensive to get a reverse. But like if you really wanted to have kids, like they could just like
Extract it,
take the
yeah.
semen from your nuts and just basically in vitro that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your
Like,
sperm is still in there.
Yeah.
yeah, the only thing I'll mention too is post fucking getting the procedure done, you still should wait until not only you've recovered,
Yeah.
but also wait until they have tested
Yeah,
the fact that there is no live sperm coming out of your fucking nut.
Yeah, they talk about it on the
Before-
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, before you start going raw up in all of these freaks and hoes.
Yeah, I think like 3 months
That's
after having
raw.
surgery, you still have to like, kind of wear a condom until you get that all clear that you're busting out dust now.
Got to get a Casper the Friendly Nut.
Yeah. God damn. All right, Blue, what you got popping this week? Goddamn.
Oh man, my little guy is turning 23 months in 2 days, and it's crazy because we're getting very close to him turning 2. I know.
You got to stop it after
Yeah,
2 years.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Yeah,
man, you
too. It's like that's
can't go
it.
beyond 24 months, man. What
Nah,
you
I'm
doing?
going 25 months.
No,
That's
you're
it. Nah, I'm not. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Just watching this kid grow, it's fucking amazing. Like Valentine's Day was like yesterday, and he learnred how to say heart. Like he like saw like a cutout of a heart. It was like heart. I was like, oh shit, this kid knows a new word. Like goddamn. But yeah, it's cool to watch him grow. I watched the Harley Quinn fucking Valentine's Day special that they had on HBO Max, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, goddamn, Velma tries so hard to be like Harley Quinn, but Harley
Fucking
Quinn
hate that
show is
show.
just so fucking good. It was so goddamn funny. We got like lesbian thing happening and like magic spells and giant fucking characters and fucking buildings, and this shit was all over the goddamn place. Like I don't even know where they were going, but it was just a fun fucking ride. So definitely check that out if you haven't had a chance to check that out. What else is going on? That's kind of about it. I mean, yeah, just watching my kid grow, and so I'm kind of up in the air about my job situation. My work at fucking Meta ended, so fuck that company, fuck Mark Zuckerberg. Well, it kind of sucks because like I feel like Mark and Elon kind of are fucking up over my life right now, just because like the stock for Tesla is going down a lot, but then also the value of my car went down. Because when I got my car, the price I paid for my car is not what it is now. Like I am, it basically it's like you bought a house and the market for your house went down. Like so I'm under right now. So like my car is probably worth less than it was that I purchased it, and that kind of fucking sucks. But I'm hoping that maybe it bounce back. But
it's
yeah,
not gonna bounce back
Nope.
for your car. Yeah,
yeah, I know it sucks because like before, like Tesla's like if you had a Tesla, like you could sell your car and get like a profit from it. But like right now, I probably couldn't get profit from my car if I literally got to total it and get paid out for my insurance and my
do it.
I have gap insurance, so it'll pay the difference.
I was gonna say, I know
Nice.
people. Let me pull up.
99%.
I love my car.
99% of all vehicles that have been driven off the lot have lost most of their value from what you paid.
So I don't buy new cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. I never buy a new car because of that same reason too. But like Teslas have been a little bit different just because the supply and demand wasn't there. Like it was hard to get a Tesla. Like if you were to if you wanted a brand new Tesla, like you had to wait like I don't know a couple of months, almost to a fucking year to be able to get one. So like the resale value of a used Tesla was really high. But like now, since they lowered the price of new Teslas, it lowered the value of pre-owned Teslas.
We should do we should do like a side podcast on that because I have reasons why that all happened. It's mostly Tesla's fault.
Well, it kind of wraps into the government too, just because of the incentives of having.
You set aside. Let's do a side one on. Yeah.
Let's do it. Anyway, that's it for me. Other than that, just chilling, relaxing, trying to do some work, trying to find a new job. That's about it.
All right, old nigga, what you got?
So I'm be playing some more Hogwarts. I'm be becoming a wizard, with Black Harry.
You're a wizard, old ninja.
Yeah. So season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 dropped today, and I've been playing it pretty crazily earlier. I was playing earlier before the podcast. I actually twitched out for a couple of hours of the new season. Just one mode because there's a bunch of new modes and a bunch of new stuff and a lot of stuff to kind of figure out. So there's a lot of stuff to do. I'm looking at there's been changes in like the overall game like how you view your weapons and how you choose your like your camos and stuff. So it's like it's been kind of a overhaul kind of a bit.
They said that my vitiligo girl.
Yeah, they actually have a pretty sick ass skin from her that I'm about to get pretty quick because there's a new battle pass. So I had enough coins to get the battle pass, so I got it. So I'm like halfway through.
That sounded hella creepy. Like, that the skin I got from Homegirl. It's like that sounded like some
skins,
Buffalo. Sound like some Buffalo Bill shit from Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean,
it's a lotion on
the lotion in the basket.
In a basket.
So there's that. I've been playing Battlefield 2042 because they made some changes. I also have Hi-Fi Rush, which I have not started, but I'm playing. I plan on twitching out a little bit. I know that Cronus, you have a Series X now. You may have to ask Kay for some playtime. What else is there? There's that Battlefield, Hi-Fi Rush, Hogwarts, Modern Warfare. In 12 days, there'll be an update for Destiny. So I'm about to get back into Destiny 2 pretty soon. I already bought the new expansion, which looks like that's going to be an overhaul as well. So it's really game heavy at this time. I'm going to see Ant-Man this weekend at some point, probably on Monday, actually. I don't know if I'll have time to see it tomorrow, but I'm going to see Ant-Man and to Quantumverse to see the return of Kang the Conqueror, or I guess the quote-unquote true version of Kang. My sister's out of town, so I have her car for a little bit, so I got to make sure. I may take it for a couple joyrides. We'll see.
You can crash that shit?
Maybe.
What kind of car she has?
Drive it like you stole it.
She has a Taurus, but I mean, I can always crash it and be like somebody ran into it or something.
God damn.
I gotta catch up. I haven't been watching a whole lot of shows, but I gotta catch up. I guess the final season of The Flash started already. So
dude, it's
yeah, I haven't started yet. I haven't started that. I gotta catch up on The Last of Us. I've been watching part of the Bad Batch. I'm behind a few episodes. I'm gonna try to catch up on some stuff. I'm probably gonna be a homebody pretty much this weekend, but we'll see. But that's it for me.
Carlos, what you got?
All right, shout out to Lando, who I'm going to see tomorrow. He hooked me up with screening tickets to Quantumania. So he extended the offer to Prodigy as well, but he was like, fuck that, fuck my fans. I'm not going to hang out. I'm just saying, there's a pizza party and shit like that. You're going to miss it, I guess.
You got a mingle, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to hang out with him, and I think his brother might be there as well, who I've met, Mike. I don't know if Victor's going to come out because apparently he never comes out to anything, but we'll see. Victor, if you're there from VZA, I will say hello. We'll hang out. Be great to see you again.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
Lando or Mike?
Victor.
Oh no! This is Mike. This is Victor's friend, Mike.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't know Victor had a brother. I thought it was the only.
I don't know if he does, but Victor's friend Mike, who he has a brother. He has a brother.
I thought you. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, tomorrow should be pretty cool. I don't want to take up too much more time. So yeah, that's all I got.
No worries.
One quick thing, real quick. Shout out to John. So Cronus had posted up in our group chat saying that the bistro had Planet of the Younger, which I was able to go and partake in, and it was fucking delicious. You guys missed out this year. Sorry, you guys down in San Diego.
That's what I was gonna say.
But,
is shout out to everybody that gets to go to SF Beer Week, which started like last week. So yeah.
Yeah, but I got the Planet of the Younger. It was delicious. It was amazing. I got 3 pourings of it.
Oh my god, drunk food full effect.
For real, man. I wasn't drunk. I got pretty tipsy. But like, shout out to John. He was a guy who was, I was sitting down on the outside patio. We were chit chatting. But apparently, a little backstory is that the bistro might have had they might have had an inkling of the Planet of the Younger to begin with, because they would have like triple IPA. They had their own triple IPA festival, and Russian River. They know the owners of Russian Rivers, and that's kind of why the bistro gets the beer. And there's a bunch of backstory, and it's fucking beautiful. It just all makes fucking sense.
And
so
they get a lot. So
yeah, they do.
The bistro gets. I tell everybody this. It's in the Bay Area. If you want to get Planet of the Younger, go to the bistro. They post it on fucking Facebook.
Go to bistro. Stay away from the bistro.
There's plenty of room to get that because.
There's plenty of room, but don't go to the bistro.
They literally post on Facebook like when they're gonna have it, and you go there. You can like literally walk up to the fucking counter and order it.
Yeah, there's.
On the other hand, you can go to like Tornado in San Francisco, and there's a line out the fucking door at like 9 a.m. to get this fucking beer, and it's just like.
Whatever you do not go to the bistro. They don't have the beer. It's not great. Stay away from the bistro. The beer might sound like it's good, but it's not great at the bistro. But don't go to bistro.
Blue up here trying to keep all that beer to himself.
I am, man. I am. But so like, the guy knew the owners. Like the owners is Vic and Cynthia. And shout out to them. Just because the bistro, like, with their whole pandemic, like, they were able to keep the doors open, and it's still an amazing place to go to. And like the fact that they have bands every day, or different kind of events happening every day. That's pretty cool, but like, yeah, definitely big up to them.
The place is a nice place. Shout out to that one.
But stay away from the bistro.
For me, I'm just gonna enjoy. I think it's President's Day weekend, so my kids got a few more days off. I know I'm fucking late as fuck. I finally watched that King Richard movie about Serena and Venus's dad. I thought that was fucking amazing. That's my favorite Will Smith role. I know obviously everything that happened last year with the Oscars and all that, but regardless of all that, that was an amazing movie. I can't believe it took me that long to watch it, but wow, impressive as fuck. And then just waiting for more fucking Last of Us. I'm gonna definitely be playing more Modern Warfare 2, and big shout out to fucking PlayStation Plus. I missed out because I was playing Elden for like the first 4 or 5 months of last year. I missed out on Horizon Forbidden West. Well, guess what? That shit is fucking free now. Free $99 for me. So I'm gonna fucking partake. Yeah. So
I had to jump back on there.
I was smashing. I still got 2 fucking trophies left to platinum that bitch. Yep, and the DLC's out in a couple months.
Oh, it's even better.
Oh, that's right.
It'll be PS5 only though.
In addition, there was Borderlands 3, another great game, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, that awesome first-person one from a few years back. So, it's on.
The Resident Evil 7, does it have the DLC or no?
Good question. I don't know yet. I'll probably jump on there tonight or tomorrow and find out.
I mean, I own the game though, but still.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of DLC. There was like 5 or 6 DLCs for that one.
God, it was. So. It's pretty funny though. I mean, I have Borderlands 3, and I bought the year 1 edition ever, and I barely even played it. I played like the first mission of the wedding, the tentacle, Love and Tentacles. Played like the first mission. That was it.
It was a great game. All right, take us out on Ninja.
Prodigy, you're right. It's Friday and goddamn Monday.
Oh, dang.
I had plans on Friday. God damn it. No, I ain't got plans. No, my plans are hanging out with my kid.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, oh, I guess. Anyway, it'll be fine.
Y'all got bamboozled. All right. you just experienced Black and Black times Infinity.
Oh,
The
Infinity.
Thinkers podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with Beats and BTI. That's BTHAM Anywhere you get your podcast, anywhere you listen to any of your podcasts, you can check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/BTI. We have an email, beatandbti@gmail.com. You can email us, let us know that you want to join our Discord because we have a Discord. You can. It's
It costs
closer to be.
$500 to join it.
No, it's closer to be like one-on-one with us. There's some good people up in there.
Only in
Let's
Bitcoin.
yeah, or Dogecoin. I mean, maybe we'll do some Dogecoin too. On Amazon, we have an app that'll let you know that we go live. Check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Pacific ish. We go live on YouTube. There you
All right.
Every Friday.
go. Wait, what? What did you just say?
Ski.